How big of a tree did you motherfuckers get?
It's only like 7.5
Only.
inches.
Only. All right. Let's watch this.
Merlin Entertainment has teamed up with Mojang to create
Of
location-based
fucking course.
attractions for the Minecraft brand.
Huh.
This is worded as being immersive and interactive entertainment attractions. And the thing that comes to mind when reading this is theme park, although they don't exactly use those words. And we should note that there are going to be 2 of these attractions,
It's weird that
one
they
in
don't
the
use
US,
those words.
one in the
Right.
UK, and the estimated timeline is between 2026 and 27. Once again, this sort of stuff doesn't particularly excite me, but I'm just here to let you know what's going on. And if
I'm a fucking psychic.
Literally. It was like in the Minecraft update the next day.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
like
He
Yeah.
caused it to be.
I willed this into existence.
fucking manifested it. So yeah, you prophesied.
They call me Negro Damas. Mojang and whoever the fuck y'all are working with, I want my cut.
Give it to him
Give it to me
now.
now. No. Yeah, no. It's
I psychicked that into your brain.
yes. Don't ask how I can prove this in a court of law. Just know that I can. No. It was pretty like just the more I watched it, like I said, it was just the more I watched it, the more it was clear. It was like this is selling us
On something.
on something that's going to be connected to the real world. That's why you have your real characters in there. It's why you have Jack Black being real, like I'm a real boy, Steve. Like it's they were selling you a physical something or another. Like they were selling you a physical product of some sort. And my best guess was it was going to be, now I thought it was going to be like a Universal Studio, like
Yeah. Like an
attraction
actual
or
Oh, you mean like one ride or something?
not even
Or-
like one ride, but like the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, where it's like you go into Diagon Alley and all that bullshit. You're gonna
Yeah.
have something like that,
Like a corner of a Universal
a corner or something.
Yeah.
They will probably have a ride with it. You'll be able to go to like themed restaurants and shit and get cuboidal, which you will probably be able to do with this. We'll see,
Enchant your own diamond sword.
right? Which I wouldn't be against. That actually, I'm talking about it. It sounds kind of fun. I would be excited to go do something like that.
Cook
But
your own steaks in like ovens that look like the Minecraft ovens
Right.
or something. I don't know.
or at least like a wall of shit set up, so that's where they deliver your food to you or some shit.
Kill and butcher a cow by yourself.
Fuck yeah! Like
Make
yeah,
a cow farm in real life.
I want to make a chicken farm
Wrap
in real
leather
life.
boots and leather.
And
Kill
auto-
animals by cramming them together in a tight space.
Yeah. Oh, that's just
factory
that's
farming.
just
Wait.
factory farming.
Man, I can't wait to make my own cobblestone by
Wait.
taking buckets of magma and
Yeah,
water.
factory farmers don't use magma.
Boys, I smell a new money making
Auto
opportunity.
cooking.
Auto cooking. Yeah, no. I would be interested in seeing some more information about this. It is crazy that I fucking called it almost to a T. And I'm gonna ride that fucking Cloud9 for the next, I don't know, until something about this fucks it up for me.
Yeah. You know,
So
I'm
we'll see.
actually like surprised that there isn't something Minecraft real world out there right now. Like I thought there was. Maybe nothing as big, but like
No, they spent that $4 billion to buy it, and they haven't had enough money since.
Oh yeah, no. Microsoft doesn't buy things to make things with the things they buy. They buy things to be the ones to own it.
yeah, that's fair.
We are lucky they didn't kill Minecraft after buying out Mojang.
We're lucky that's not a subscription service.
Ooh. Right? Like
It's honestly what I expected.
that's what we all expected. Like the buyout from Microsoft, we thought
They were going to shift it to something. But I mean, we've already purchased a license to Minecraft. That's probably the only reason why they didn't do it.
yeah.
I mean, with as much as I've bought it across all the different platforms that I have it on.
Jesus, you may as well have had a
Minecraft One. One
Yeah.
subscription for Minecraft across all platforms, Java and Bedrock.
I think
Jesus fuck.
maybe what are they called? Microsoft
Yeah.
probably has an idea of the outrage that would ensue if they tried to.
It would be 2 point something billion dollars down the hole for no great reason.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of got their Fortnite thing going on now with.
Well,
like,
and it
all
would
the
be
different
especially
skins and
entertaining
packs
to
you
just
can buy.
watch them, somebody else recode Minecraft and resell Minecraft.
Right.
Just like with it being coded in Java, the code's just out there.
Yeah. Well,
Interesting.
it'll be interesting to see some more news about whatever this Minecraft world ends up being. I have to keep an eye out for that.
Tell me why I heard nudes.
It'll be interesting to see more nudes. Anywho, well,
did you guys see that the chicken in the Minecraft movie auto cooker thing wouldn't actually fucking die?
yeah, no, it was really stupid. I looked at that. I saw that in the trailer or a clip or something. I forget if it was the one we watched the other day, but I saw it and I was like, that's not even how that auto cooker would work. Like, that's not how that would work.
It literally can't work.
It can't work that way. You're supposed to have. Okay, we won't get into it. You're supposed to have a half slab and a baby chicken in there that grows up into the lava, kills itself, and then the lava kills it because it drops the meat at its feet, so that it's just below the level of where the lava is, so that it doesn't actually hit it doesn't destroy the chicken, and then you get the chicken that way. You don't just have a chicken in there.
What happened? I can't remember what happened in the preview.
So the
Did
lava
it, like, drip down
falls
on it?
down to drip down onto a chicken,
Yeah.
but the chicken is standing on top of trap doors.
Yeah, they have like a piston thing that opens up that like lets it drop one block, and then they close it on it, and it's like,
So that lava would hit the collision of the trap doors and the chicken's collision, and not the chicken's collision.
yeah,
Would it? I don't know. Some, like, in the newer, some fluids are like, fluids permeate stairs.
So you can
waterlog them with source blocks.
I guess it doesn't happen with trapdoors still.
Yeah, well, you can waterlog trap doors, but it's still, you wouldn't have lava flowing into a space that way.
lava log. Yeah.
I
You
sure
can't
hope
lava
Peter doesn't
log.
listen to this conversation and take it out of
Fuck
context.
Peter. On all my homies.
What are you doing to chickens?
Killing them, bitch, because they're delicious.
Delicious.
Magma, what?
chicken.
Speaking of delicious chicken, I had to I didn't tell y'all about this last week when we recorded, because we recorded later that week. I went to the dentist last Thursday. So the day we recorded, actually.
I'm
And
so proud of you.
thank you. It's been far too fucking long. But as I was leaving, so it's the same dentist my mom goes to, my parents go to. And as we were leaving, one of the receptionists just like out of fucking nowhere was like, "Hey, are you frying a turkey this year?" I like,
Why are you pointing at me, ma'am?
I was like, she said it with like so much confidence in her voice. I was like, did my mom tell you I fry turkeys? She was like, nope, just asking everybody. She just really wanted fried turkey that bad.
I'm glad that she proceeded to the nope with "I'm asking everybody," because if she just said nope and kept it at that, I'm like, man, are you
Psychic.
Why did you?
profiling?
The hell? I mean, I am fat and black. It's a safe assumption, considering it is true.
But why would you
why
make that assumption
right?
out loud to me?
Right? But no, so she was like, I was like, well, I wasn't planning on doing one this year. And just like kind of shot the shit. And I was like, look, if you provide me a turkey, I'll fry it for you. And that was the end of that. Not even like, I didn't even get through the rest of my work day. It was like 4:30 and I get a call from, and the extra crazy part is I never pick up numbers I don't know. But I had gotten like 3 calls over the course of the day, and it seemed like things were like, I forget what the first one was, but people were trying to reach out to me. So I happened to pick up this call that was not the same number as the number to my dentist office, but it's one of the other numbers that they call out from there. And she was like, and I answered it, she was like, this is receptionist from the dentist office. I was trying to remember her name and then remember that I shouldn't be remembering her name on this podcast. She was like, I'm the receptionist and just wanted to let you know that I got a turkey. Like, so literally that day, they were like, not even like an hour after you left, another guy came in and for his appointment, and he was just like, anybody want a turkey?
I was gonna say, she must have gotten off of her shift to go buy a turkey right there, but
no, someone just happened to walk in and give her a turkey because, and judging by the box it came in, it was definitely one of those like corporate giving away turkeys instead of giving y'all proper bonuses and raises.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and that fucker was huge too. Like that had to be like a 14, 15 pound turkey.
Yeah, damn.
It was crazy.
It's a big bird.
It's a big boy. So yeah, that is the story about how Rueben wound up having to brine and fry a turkey completely impromptu over the weekend.
Okay.
And it was fucking delicious.
All right. You like?
Oh, of course
you
I
took
did.
some of it.
Oh, of course I did.
Cool.
Oh, absolutely I did.
Did she pay you for it or
no?
Oh.
I didn't. Actually, I just said provide the turkey.
Fair enough.
I probably could have like charged for the like $30 for the frying oil, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, asking you shall receive. I did not expect you to receive, but asking you received.
One of those like stars align type thing
Exactly.
where it's like, I would not have picked up this phone any other time.
And I told her that when I went in to go pick it up Friday morning, I was like, you have to understand, I never pick up my phone for like any reason, let alone like a number I don't recognize. And I was like, it was ordained. It's like, this was, yeah.
You might not know it, but that turkey saved your life.
She also probably didn't know how fucking good of a cook I am. So you picked the right person to fry that turkey.
Has she like said anything about it yet, or
not yet? They said they were going to call me, but I do have to go back in for another appointment anyway.
Oh yeah, it's not even Thanksgiving. Of course they're going to wait. Probably.
No, she had no intentions of doing this for Thanksgiving. She just wanted to fry turkey, and this was just the good time to do it.
She's crazy.
So the whole office, we're gonna probably get some out of it because I literally took it up there. So I fried it Monday morning and took it up there like not even like 30 minutes after it came out. Like, so it was still pretty hot, still pretty fresh.
Psychotic.
But I got to go back up there because Rueben has to get some teeth removed.
Oh man,
yeah.
At least you're finding that out now.
At least I'm finding out. At least I'm finding out. And it left
some dentures.
At least I got to get a single replacement tooth. There was a tooth I had a root canal long years ago that never got its proper aftercare. Because I turned 26 the day after I got it, and our fucking insurance system fucking sucks.
You should get gold teeth.
Some grills.
Shit.
Yeah, boy.
Just a single gold tooth that no one can see because it's like back here in my mouth. Yeah.
Blinged out.
But yeah, so I'm my real for you. No. So yeah. So I'm going back in on the 6th, and they'll probably let me know how they felt about it at that point. Nice. Either way. So yeah, that was now that I've done it again, well, now that I've tasted it again,
you're like, I might have to
I might go buy a turkey and just fry one just for the fuck of it. I was about to say, fuck it. The particular dentist that was working on my mouth that day, she had that late 30s divorcee energy about her that made for a real, like, if I put in the effort, I probably could. Anyway.
Well, I was going to ask you, like, the receptionist that you did the turkey for.
Like my mom's age.
Oh, okay. Was there an extra incentive there?
No, I just did the turkey because, like, I've never had anyone just fucking call me out on frying turkeys. You, nigga, specifically you.
You look like you've been frying some shit.
You look like you know deep fried food, nigga. Like, let's
hey,
be
fried turkey, man. I heard you been frying turkey.
Like, well, hey, you ain't wrong.
You
but like,
walking past looking like a deep fried turkey, like. I have a high self-esteem. Nah, that was just like this random. Matter of fact, I visit my parents on the weekends. And I went over on probably Sunday, I think it was. So I go over, and so I'm sitting and talking with my mom, and I'm like, and so I told the story. I'm like, I was like, oh yeah, I went to the dentist, and like as I was leaving, the lady just like looked at me and was like, are you frying a turkey this year? My mom was like, I didn't tell her that. Did I? I was like, because my mom's a fucking blabbermouth and she knows it.
It's possible she may have said that you've done it before.
She did not. Like, that lady did not know me. She did not know who I was. I was did not know I was connected to my mom, and even at that dentist, because that lady started working there after I had stopped going to the dentist. So I had, like, the last time I went to the dentist, and now she started working there in between there. So she had no idea who I was. My mom didn't say anything to her. She didn't know who that connection at all. So that was just pure happenstance.
That's like some 6th, 7th sense or some
Right.
shit. That's crazy.
Right. So yeah.
Her frying senses were tingling.
Right. So look out for that video soon of me frying another fucking turkey. I guess, maybe, who knows? We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Okay. So there has been, we already expected there to be a big conversation about the new Kendrick Lamar album.
Yeah.
GNX, that dropped.
Do you want to do the Reddit story before we talk about that?
Yeah. Like that dropped the day after we recorded last week.
Yeah.
Like,
surprising. Was it anticipated? Did
no,
anybody
it was a surprise
anticipate?
drop.
Yeah. Okay.
It was he literally, his label didn't know he was dropping that album until it was dropping. They found out the day of as well. And literally all of the warning you got was a music video he dropped that morning for the song GNX. So literally everyone found out in the same day, to the point that I was watching a different video, and in the recommendeds I saw like some small channel had a reaction screenshot to a Kendrick Lamar album.
Kendrick Lamar album reaction.
And I looked at it and I was like, that's fucking fake. Get the hell out of here.
Right.
And then the next day, all of my hip hop channels were popping off because of like the new album. I was like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get into that in a little bit. Because we did talk quite a bit about it last week. But yeah, so before we get into that, because we've been doing that, that'll now be like the 8th episode in a row.
Well, it's going to be a big chunk. So
It's going to be a big chunk. So what I want to do first, because I haven't done it in a while, is a Reddit story. We've collected quite a few of them since the last time, since we went on the break when we moved houses here. Mm-hmm. So I have a few of these in the backlog I got to pull up, but there was one in particular I wanted to go on and read. And so this one comes from Relationship Advice, and this one is it's not a thinker, but it is like a little bit of moral outrage. Well, after I get done reading it. But okay, so this one is I, 27 female, screamed at my husband, 28 male, over his hobbies, and now he's changed and I don't know how to fix it. All right.
Interesting.
Hi, hey everyone. I need some advice about a situation with my husband. I'm 27F, he's 28M, and we've been married for 4 years. He has a room where he keeps all his hobbies: sim racing, aviation setups, soccer analysis tools, Lego sets, music production equipment. Basically, it's a sanctuary. Yeah. He's super analytical and loves writing down and dissecting things, from sports to politics. He's slightly on the spectrum and very introverted, so he doesn't have close friends. I'm really the only person he shares everything with. He's always inviting me into his space to be part of his interests. I love him and appreciate that he wants to include me, but sometimes I just need some time for myself. Recently, I snapped. I yelled at him, saying some hurtful things I didn't mean, like how his interests bore me and that he needs to get a social life, and even questioned why I married him.
Damn.
Girl.
Right? I regret every word, but my anger got the best of me, and I couldn't control it in that moment.
That automatically puts you in the wrong.
Yeah.
I don't care what else you have to say here.
Whoopsie, I slipped up and insulted everything my husband loved and told him I didn't want to be with him anymore.
Everything my husband loved and our love too.
Yeah. Whoopsie doodle. Since then, he's completely changed. He stopped spending time in his room, moved to sleeping on the couch, and barely talks to me. He even ignored our usual tradition of watching our home nation soccer team play, something he'd never skipped before. Instead, he was working on his laptop, breaking our no work at home rule. When I asked him about it, he said he didn't care about the game and mentioned that maybe he should be more like his father, who's a workaholic and whom my husband idolizes. He even added, I don't blame him for divorcing at that age now. I've apologized multiple times, but he just says, it's okay, maybe you're right, and shuts down any attempts I make to talk about his interests. I'm terrified he's considering divorce. I know I messed up, but I don't know how to rebuild trust and help him feel valued and loved again. I don't want to lose him, but I'm unsure how to approach this and make amends. Any advice? TLDR, I criticized my husband's hobbies and now he's pulling away. I've apologized, but I'm worried he might be considering divorce. How do I make things right? By firstly accepting that it wasn't you criticizing his fucking hobbies.
Yeah.
You goddamn wench. Like, that wasn't fucking criticizing his hobbies. You told him you barely loved, like, you reconsidered marriage because, and let me check my fucking notes here, he wanted to include you in his hobbies.
Literally, he has a special space for his links, and he literally physically brought you into that space and
opened his heart to you.
Here's the fun part, right? There's nowhere in the story where he has ever forced her in there, has shoved it in her face, and she never mentions that he says it all the time. He just invited her in. He invites her in, and that was enough. That was just too much for her to handle.
And it doesn't seem like she ever, at least she doesn't mention that she went to him and like apologized. I don't think.
No, she said she's apologized a few times, but he just shuts down the conversation. I've apologized, but I'm worried he might be considering divorce. I've apologized multiple times, but he just says it's okay. Maybe you're right.
What does that apology look like?
Reminder, this dude, by her description, is extremely introverted and on the spectrum.
Right.
You have hurt this man to his fucking core. All because you snapped for some reason.
That part doesn't make sense.
Like, you snapped, but you don't say why you snapped. You don't, once again, like, you don't make it out to be like he's shoving it in your face and every waking moment he's trying to force you into doing this. I guess she kind of alludes to that by saying, but sometimes I just need some time for myself.
Does she give any more?
Yeah, but that doesn't sound like you shove it in your face. It just sounds like you don't have the bandwidth when you're interacting with him all the time.
Right?
Yeah. Like
there's also, but once again, there's just the part where he said he invites me in. It's never that he's forcing it upon you from your description. So instead of just sometimes going, no, I just need some me time, it just turned into you snapping at him and yelling some of the worst shit you could yell at your spouse.
You know how to...
Yeah, like the narrative that she's telling this in makes it seem like basically he's in the right and like he's not forcing anything upon her and she's accepting, but like, I don't know, does she give any more context?
No.
Or ever respond to anything else?
Nope. Which makes some aspects pretty fucking clear.
Yeah.
This is no replies to anybody, no post history, no all the karma that she has came basically from this singular post. Most people know what that sign points to, but we're having fun here on this podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's no other information other than what is in this initial part of the post.
I'd be very curious to know what conversation or thing was happening when she snapped. She wasn't very specific.
Like, and the fact that she doesn't mention anything at all about that makes me go like, because there really isn't anything. There was no real reason to snap. You've been getting away with toxic behavior like this for far too long.
And how does she know that he's on this spectrum? And if she knew that he actually is on a spectrum, you would think that she'd be either understanding,
more equipped,
something like that to deal with just how he is, right?
Right.
Like this shouldn't have been, you shouldn't have had this feeling, or I don't know, you should have been able to handle this better is what I'm trying to say.
There is a difference between, how do you say it? There's a difference between just knowing that somebody's on the spectrum or in need of help or needs additional care and actually taking the time to learn about that thing, learn what that extra care looks like, and taking steps to do good. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, nah, girl. If this was a Am I the Asshole, you are the asshole.
you are wholly the asshole, and hate to say it, but your marriage is done, babe. There's no coming back from that.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't.
You don't get to just apologize.
You don't get to just apologize and make it all better.
Or
Like-
try to go online and try to get people on your side.
Right. Like that's just not how this is gonna work.
The kind of apology and atonement that you would need for something like that is not.
It's once again, it would have been something if it was just I criticized his hobbies. If it was actually just like a criticism of like his hobbies are boring and it was that, you're still an asshole. You're still kind of a bitch, but
Your hobbies are so boring. I don't know why I married you.
But I don't know why I married you. You need to get a life. Like,
That's
Jesus,
crazy.
Jiminy fucking Christmas, dog.
Girl, I'm sorry work is so stressful, but don't take it out on your husband.
Right.
Oh, I forget. I was able to find the post for realsies. So this is a proper Am I the Asshole? And this title is fucking wild. And the story is just as, am I the asshole for rejecting my friend's request to have an open relationship with my husband? I, 30 female, have been married to my husband, 32 male, for 5 years. We have 2 beautiful kids and have a very strong relationship and are happy together. Recently, my friend, Lisa, 29F, confided in me that she has developed feelings for my husband. She said that she finds him attractive and admires our relationship, and she asked if we would consider having an open relationship so she could be with him too. I have thoughts about that. Like, no, I legitimately have thoughts about that concept. I was shocked and told her no, explaining that my husband and I are committed to each other and that we are not interested in an open relationship. Lisa got upset and accused me of being selfish and close-minded.
What?
She argued that modern relationships should be flexible and that I was denying her happiness. I am slightly slurring my words and I don't know why. I am not drunk nor high. I don't know why. Since then, Lisa has been distant and has been spreading rumors in our friend group suggesting that I am overly possessive and controlling. This has caused a lot of tension and some of our mutual friends are now taking sides. My husband is supportive of my decision, but I feel guilty for the drama it has caused. So am I the asshole for rejecting my friend? Rejecting sounds like a weird word to me and I don't know why. Rejecting my friend's request to have an open relationship with my husband. Edit. This attracted a lot more attention very fast than I thought it would. I've read most of your comments and I think tomorrow I will talk to the whole friend group about an update after. And we'll get to the update in a second.
This should be a
No. Okay. Firstly, no, you're not. You're not the asshole. Not even a little bit. Not even. Not even like mildly remotely. Are you the asshole for that?
For sure.
I love. Where's the husband?
He's there and supporting her because this never
the line
even.
that says that he supports
so
my decision.
It's like the wife never even bothered to take that question to him because she probably knows her husband pretty well.
He's
It's
just
so funny. One. It's so funny that she didn't even fucking have to. It's like Lisa didn't even go to the husband trying to do anything. She went to the friend.
She went to the friend. What are you saying?
Sorry.
I'd stay out of it if I could too.
Right? Now, I will say, because this gets into like, no, your friend Lisa is like a fucking, like is an asshole, but not for the reason I think a lot of people would immediately go to. I personally don't think there was anything wrong with her asking. You don't know what people are into until you fucking bring it up. I don't fault Lisa for going, hey, I think your husband's fucking hot. Do you think you guys will be open to an open relationship so I can get some of that? Like, I think, like, would I go about it that way? Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. But it's not wrong.
Like, I'm never going to fault nobody for asking. You don't know until you ask. Calling this woman selfish and now spreading rumors in the friend group, that's fucking wild, bro.
That's maniacal.
Like, that's actually insane.
That's villain shit.
Right? Like, so clearly not an asshole situation. One of those ones almost to the point that I was upset that she even thought to bring it here. Because, now there's drama going on. That's not your problem. Like, that's all Lisa's doing. But
if people in the friend group are taking sides, I guess you'd probably doubt yourself.
if people are taking sides, fuck them.
Yeah,
like,
they
if
weren't your friends anyway.
They weren't your friends to begin with.
Yeah,
But-
I don't think so.
Well, the thing is what story are they hearing though? You know, because it's like I honestly don't know how I could spin this. I don't know how I can spin
Right?
this. Because it's like if the friend group knows that that person is married happily
Happily
with
married.
the husband,
Right?
then there should
Well, she does mention a little bit where Lisa is saying that if all that Lisa is doing is going back and saying that, OP is being possessive and controlling without giving any of the backstory,
well, right.
then I could see how people could be picking sides with little information, but we're all in a group chat, so what the fuck?
Like,
I'm
is
just
she-
going to talk to my friend.
Is she
Like-
just saying like she's not letting her husband talk to me because
That's right.
Yeah, like if I'm in the friend group, I'd want to know exactly why I'm hearing these rumors. Like okay, what happened to make you start saying
What
this?
the
Give
hell
me
is going on?
examples of these things you're claiming.
Right.
And if the example is, well, she's not letting me share her husband.
At the very least, I'm going to the husband. I'm like, hey, bro, is everything all right? Like something, but that's what the updates are for, right? So update number 1. After reading some of your comments, I decided to bring the group out for coffee, and I told them all about what Lisa said and the real story. I also showed them the Reddit post. After showing them, there were 2 girls that were still on Lisa's side.
How?
So I took some advice from the comments and said, let Lisa fuck your husband, then you can be on her side. After that, everyone was on my side, thankfully. Lisa wasn't happy at all, and she started ranting about how it wasn't fair. She just wanted to experiment with something new. And it wasn't even that bad of a request. You're making it such a big deal. Lisa, if you had stopped at just the question, I'd agree with you. You took it forward and made it something it didn't need to be.
If you would have accepted the no,
Girl, if you had stopped at just the question, you would have had a chance.
You would have had a chance.
Like, let's think about it real quick. Okay, you say, "Hey, I want to fuck your husband." They say, "No."
No.
You say, "Okay, like we're still friends though," and then you're still friends. You're 5,
Hey,
10
figured out
years,
to ask, but move on.
What?
Go get coffee, get a drink, something.
5, 10 years down the line, something changes in their relationship. They decide to experiment. Hey, remember that time Lisa? Maybe she's still interested. Instead, you burned your bridges.
You went fucking full on nuclear psycho, and any chance you had is now fucking gone. Like, oh my fucking goodness. Me and the rest of the group have officially cut contact with Lisa, just hoping she doesn't try to reach out. We'll update if something happens. Also, just clarifying that Lisa also asked my husband for an open marriage. Oh, she did ask him.
interesting.
He also rejected, saying that even if I would never want to go out with you. Damn.
Nice.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm thinking of cutting off the ladies that were on Lisa's side for so long, but I'm not sure if they heard a different story or not. So should I?
Definitely hear what story they were told.
I would
because-
just keep it on.
I mean, so the ones who immediately went on your side after you told them the real story, that's whatever. The 2 who decided to still be on Lisa's side
That's
until
crazy.
you literally put forth the idea of let her fuck your husbands and then they switch. Yeah, fuck them. They can go kick rocks with Lisa.
Yeah.
I really want to know what order Lisa went in. I really want to know what.
Did she
order.
ask the husband first and then go
Yeah.
to OP?
Yes,
Or-
that's what I want to know. Because
That's actually important, actually.
that is a bit important.
Because if she went to him first,
No, I think it would have had to been the friend first.
I'm
you
thinking
would think.
it's
if
the
I was
friend
trying
first.
to do good communication, I would have gone friend then husband.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But if friend said no, then it would have never gotten to the husband if I was trying to be a good friend.
Right.
But
The fact that she went to the husband at all meant, at least the way that I see it, is that she's like, well, maybe I can cause an affair somewhere. Maybe.
Right.
Maybe I have a chance if, my friend doesn't know. So I'm going to go to the husband, regardless of if it's before she asked a friend or after she asked a friend, right? both, you know, you could look at both a little differently. But if she's more friends with the friend than the husband, right? You would imagine that she would want to go and ask the friend first to be polite.
Right.
If she could, by going to the husband at all in that scenario, it feels kind of behind the back.
Yeah.
You know?
Like you're usurping a power chain. Well, not even a power chain, I'll say, but like a chain of I'll say chain of command. Yeah, like I'm not gonna make this personal. Never mind. I was about to say something. I was like, I shouldn't say that out loud for real. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to my friend's spouse about a request like this. I'm going to the friend first.
Yeah, it's a little deceiving.
Right. And I want to make it clear, as much as I say I don't fault her for asking, that is an idealized, that absolutely comes from my idealized, like, if the world worked this way, ideally. I think if someone did that, that does destroy some trust. And like,
because then you're like, okay, how often are you looking at my house?
Right? Because like, okay, I now know you have been bold enough to bring forth like your attraction. But at the same time, it's like, if you've been friends this long, I'm more inclined to believe that the fact that you even brought it to me first is like, then you wouldn't be willing to do something. But
there has to be some kind of an indication. There has to be some kind of a hint, some kind of a mutual joke, some kind of a spark.
Right.
Something that might suggest you gotta have something.
Right. Like
evidence that they might swing that way, consider that, do that. Ah, gosh.
Hey, have you guys ever thought about swinging? Like, oh, I've heard about this thing called swinging. You guys heard of that? Like,
at the playground.
Hey, do you guys want this pineapple? I heard setting them upside down's a real fun thing to do. Like,
drop some, drop some cookie crumbs, see if they pick them up.
Right, like
instead of jumping straight to the full cookie.
Right, like I, as a non-married like guy, like I don't know how the fuck I would respond in that situation if one of y'all were to be like, I think your wife's pretty fucking hot. Like, you think you guys ever want to open up this relationship? I don't know how I would feel. Like, and I'm not delusional enough to believe that I know exactly how I'd respond in that moment. But
honestly, it's, you know, the thing that was established is that, you know, she and her husband know what they want in their relationship.
Right.
Right. So it's like, okay, we understand where we're at. We're monogamous. We are committed to each other. That's who we are. Right. And, you know, I don't know. As long as I feel like you have an understanding with your spouse or your partner, you know, it should be an easy, you know, thing to respond to requests like that. And for other people, if they truly are your friend and they know that's how you roll, right? I don't know. I think that there's like times when, okay, yeah, asking is fine, but with the understanding that 99% you're gonna get shot down. Yeah. Like, don't expect a yes.
You might want to try some, like, I think we talked about this, like just to get an idea if they're even in that realm first.
Right.
Like,
also, if they're your friends and y'all been friends for, they don't really say how long they've been friends. She doesn't really mention like what their background is, but it's like, you would probably know a little bit about what relationship dynamics people are trying. And that's not to say like everything's going to be like, we've talked about this before. Like, we are a pretty open group, and I know that is not how every like friend group is going to be, that aren't all already like within that lifestyle or are coming from more alternative, like lifestyles like that. Right.
Yeah. I was thinking about it. You know, like, cool. 'Cause people that are prescribed to the relationship escalator don't tend to communicate or aren't used to communicating about the expectations of relationships where they're going and stuff like that, because everybody knows that you get married,
it's the default.
You're supposed to try to have kids, and you have to move in together, and then once you move in together, you're not allowed to have friends anymore. And that was an accusatory. It's just it's like, yeah, it's just,
yeah.
It's the point being is, no, OP, you're not the asshole. You are unequivocally not the asshole, even after that update, because that's Lisa being a twat.
Oh yeah.
Like she's just being a dick.
You can talk to your friends about how you're disappointed that it didn't go the way you wanted to, but not start calling her.
You don't get to start like just starting shit in the friend group,
turning all of her friends against her for
trying
wanting
to anyway
to stay in this committed relationship.
Like turning their friends against you because both of you are monogamous. Like fucking the times we live in do not dictate every aspect of like someone's life. Like just because it's 2024, as much as we joke about it sometimes, just because it's 2024 does not dictate that everybody must now be polyamorous. That's just
monogamous 2024. Fucking lame. Actually, I saw this video. You know, we don't need to talk about that right now. Never mind. I did remember what I was trying to fucking get at earlier, which is that people who are not used to having that communication, being confronted by that communication, might be unsettling or uncomfortable.
right.
But I don't think that it means that you shouldn't try to do it.
Right. Like I think, as I said before, I think there's like an idealism that can happen. Like there's an idealized ability. Like there's a place in which this can happen. And I don't think it's crazy to, I would never, like I said, I would never fault a friend for asking. As long as you understood my answer is fucking no. And I can trust you well enough to know that you would not go forward and try to do anything. And this is not your attempt to like skirt some shit. But like I'm not gonna be mad.
I'm just giving you a heads up,
right?
So that when you find out that I'm fucking your wife, you saw it coming.
Yeah, like right.
It's on your radar, you know?
Right? Oh boy. Okay,
that was in the realm of possibility, not impossibility.
That was the fucking Reddit stories I had, because I hadn't read a Reddit story in a while, and I really wanted to do that today.
Those are good.
Pretty interesting. So,
Kendrick.
All right. So
I can see in the comments they're typing, when the fuck are they gonna get to Kendrick Lamar?
Where's the Kendrick?
Kendrick. I'm here for the
Honestly,
Kendrick content.
We may as well just have a designated Kendrick segment.
We honestly probably could.
If he keeps it up, we gonna.
Honestly.
So you're gonna hold off on Kendrick for a second.
Yeah, Izzy.
It's gonna be
yeah, wait.
You hold your horses, Izzy. We got a couple things to talk about before we get into that. They're gonna be real quick. Okay. Gas and tree. I really want to know what these are about.
Yeah, so two separate stories.
Right?
Yeah. I poured gasoline on a tree and then I blew it up. Yeah. No, so gas. We'll start with that story. So, because the tree happened just today. So we'll start with the gas story because that happened yesterday. So, if you don't know, I wouldn't say I'm notorious, but I am a person who likes to use up as much gas in their car as they can, right? Before I go to the gas station, yeah? And it's been fine, honestly. It's been chill. But of course, to the chagrin of, everybody else who rides with me, they're like, it says low. And I'm like, it's fine. I got X amount of we're good. And yeah, that's been the case. It's been fine. However, this past week there was an interesting thing that happened. So, it is the winter time. It's very chilly nowadays. It's that time of year, right? And it's not necessarily great to have your gas tank super 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 low for reasons of freezing and shit. It's not great. Anyway, I've known this obviously, but I never really cared that much. So this past week, I've went on a couple driving trips, and my car says low, right? And I decided not to fill up my gas tank before I went back to my apartment. So I was like,
When your car says low, is it on E?
Or did you get the light that literally says...
So with my current car, because my past car was a little different, right? With my past car, the light would turn on when it said basically 40 miles left, right?
Yep.
And then after about 30 miles, it would say low.
Low. And it just, the indicator, because me and you have essentially the same console command.
Yeah.
It literally will just say low, and you will no longer get like a estimated mileage left, all that fun shit.
Yeah. That's my current car too, to an extent. My previous car says low, and then at some point it will just say dash. Right? And the only way I know that is because I forgot at one point with my previous car that I was on low gas.
You didn't forget shit, bitch. You just ignore everything until it's too goddamn late.
No, I knew at the beginning of the ride, and then I must have forgotten because I looked down and it said dash, and I said, oh shit. And so thankfully I was right next to a gas station when that happened, and I was able to fill it up and no problem. So I was like, okay, well, let's see, is my current car the same way? Like, because I know it hits low, right?
There better be something more to the story than you running out of gas.
So, listen. So I get in my car with MJ, right? And we got Enzo, our dog, in the back, and we're going to her mom's house. And I get in the car, and I see that my car says low, and I'm like, oh, yeah, we gotta get gas. And I get 10 cents off at Marathon. That's like 10 minutes from the apartment, right? So I'm like, we'll just drive over there. I put in the digits in the GPS, and I start going, and MJ doesn't know that that's the one that I target, so she's seeing me pass all these gas stations, and she's like, why aren't you stopping for gas? I'm like, there's a Marathon gas, I get 10 cents off. She's like, okay. We passed one Marathon gas station. She's like, that was a Marathon. I was like, yeah, not that one though, because sometimes certain gas stations don't have gas, and I stopped at that one before.
What?
When it didn't have gas.
Sir, I cannot imagine that has happened to you enough in your lifetime for that to ever be a thought you should have going past a gas station when you're on E. Bitch, you don't have gas.
No. I did though. With that one gas station, I've been there twice out of like maybe 4 times, and they haven't had gas. And I don't want to chance it. So I kept going.
No gas.
I don't think there's...
I don't fucking believe you.
I just don't believe you.
Oh yeah, no.
Why,
I kept going.
Out of the sample size of my life, I've never been to a gas station.
Out of the sample size of the 3 motherfuckers sitting on this couch together, I just don't believe you.
I think I would rather chance that they didn't have gas
than chance me losing. Whatever, keep going.
10 cents is already a little... You want to know what I do?
Because here's the thing. I don't fault you for that. Because you know what? I go out of my way to go to Speedways because I get the 5 cents off or whatever the fuck per gallon. I think it's actually 10 cents now per gallon. You know what I will do though if I'm extremely low? I will go somewhere such as, I don't know, the Speedway that's all of 2 seconds up the road from you. And I will put in $5 or a gallon, and then fill up completely to whatever, as long as I know I'll be fine for the whole trip. Of course not.
That's too complex. There's too many steps in that process.
So this motherfucker drove past the exact gas station he was looking for because they might
I didn't want to chance
not
it.
have gas because he didn't want to chance it.
And you're not even by yourself. You have a destination.
You have 2 people with you on a destination, but keep going.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, in my experience of door dashing, I've been to a lot of different gas stations, so that one in particular has just been problematic. So I didn't want to chance it.
You know what? I'll give you that. I'll say fair enough.
Fine.
Trust me, bro.
We don't, bro.
We don't.
We really don't.
I can guarantee you everyone listening to this right now is going, is this motherfucker stupid? And the answer is yes. He is this.
We've all
he
known
is
this.
just like this.
We've all known I've got a little bit of stupid.
He is a little bit.
Did you run out of gas and hit a tree? Is that?
So
keep going. Finish up your story.
We get to the Marathon that I had targeted, and there's all of the stations are taken up by these Amazon trucks, right?
As they tend to do.
They had a gas station fill-up party or something, right?
Yeah, they do that all the time. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny because my Spotify popped up and one of them had the jam going on, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm so tempted to join it." But
nice.
Anyway, I pull in, and all of them are taken up except one that's in the middle of the gas station area, right? So I pull around, and I get, I get at the center one. I'm almost there parallel, almost, and my car stops. And it's never happened to me before. So I'm like, wait, what just happened?
Your car did this thing called running out of fucking gas. I don't know.
And Michaela's like, I hate you right now. And I'm like, no, wait a minute. We're right here. I turn it off and then I turn it back on and you can hear it's like chugging. It's like, grr. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's definitely out of gas.
Yeah.
And it kicks on just enough for me to pull forward another like 2-3 inches.
Motherfucker, you could have just put it in neutral.
Why did you just push it?
Because even in neutral, it wasn't moving.
Wait,
That's
then what did you do?
impossible.
You didn't put it in neutral.
I did.
And
My steering wheel was locked.
yeah, that'll
That's
happen.
because of power steering.
That's because your power steering's off.
Yeah, exactly. So I had to.
You don't need
bro.
power steering. You just needed to push the car forward.
Bruh, I wasn't gonna push. We weren't pushing no car. I just turned it back on. Drove it another couple inches. And it was just enough for me to get the gas hose, pull it taut, and stick it in my car. It was perfect. It was so perfect.
Perfect is not the word I would use for this, but sure,
Oh,
keep
I was so
going.
proud of myself. I was like,
I wouldn't. Proud is
I
not
knew
the word.
just how much gas I needed to get there. I used all of it, and I made it. It was beautiful. And of course, everybody else feels the way y'all do.
I'm upset.
Shit, I wonder fucking why.
I wonder why too. I think it was genius.
I was
honestly. I
playing
made
Russian roulette. And I went, it was click, and then went around, it was click, and then it was click, and then that next guy shot himself. Isn't that funny? Because I
I'm
was
alive.
in the perfect position to not shoot myself.
I knew exactly how many times I had to shoot. No, you didn't, you motherfucker.
I'm alive. We here.
Who gives a damn?
I didn't have to push nothing, and my car's fine. I drove it here. We good.
I just want y'all to know he will have learned nothing from any of this. As a matter of fact, he has solidified himself in terrible habits. And so when y'all are hearing the story of him getting stranded in the middle of fucking nowhere and Rueben and Dominic refuse to help him, you'll know why.
I hope it happens in
I
Australia.
hope it happens, and I hope you have to walk fucking miles to fix it.
Roll the cameras when it does. Actually, that'd be funny as shit.
Driving
I will
across that
actually, as a
desert
matter
in
of
the
fact,
middle
I
of
will
Australia.
get my camera and drive to you just to videotape it, and then drive the fuck off laughing.
Don't even help.
No,
Just
no help whatsoever. I'm just rolling past to laugh at you, and then I'm leaving.
point and laugh.
Because you fucking deserve this.
I hope you get stuck along that fucking frog fence in the middle of Australia.
The frog thing.
Not the frog.
Like, this is... I know this has been a struggle for all your fucking life because your mom has had to tell you about this.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she definitely.
And I
everybody who knows that I do this feels the same way about it.
look,
For sure.
as I told
Why'd you have to get this kind of tism?
Wait, so does it
don't
usually
blame the tism on this.
does it
No,
usually
this is
end
not
up
me.
You're right. I'm sorry, tism.
This is
that
just
was
stubbornness.
disrespectful.
does it usually end up fine?
I mean, this is the first time that I've ever actually ran out. So
Well,
that's
I
one
just
thing.
mean, like, do you have high luck? Is that what's going on here?
I mean, it's never happened until now. And when it did happen now, I was right next to a gas
The
station
gas thing specifically.
to fix it. And I always wondered, I was like, when will the day come when I run out of gas right in front of a gas station and I'm able to fill it up just in time?
That's
And it happened a couple days ago. So I don't know. I think it's hilarious.
I don't even want to talk about this no more. What happened
Tell
with
me
the
about
tree?
you hitting the tree.
Tell us about you wrapping yourself around a fucking tree because I kind of want that to happen now.
I need the
I'm
karmic
kidding.
justice.
I love my big boy. Still a fucking moron, but
Oh yeah, no, I hold that. I accept that. I own that. And I know that now, whenever it hits low, I'll be more mindful. And I'll make sure to get gas a
Don't
little
you fucking
earlier.
lie to me to
Sorry.
comfort me. I don't need your I don't need your pity. I don't need this bullshit. Tell me about this fucking tree.
tell me about this goddamn tree. What's happening with the
The
tree?
tree story I don't think is as fun as the other one, but it just happened today and it was frustrating. It's the reason why I'm a little late today. So, so again, I guess we could start this kind of similarly. It's about that time of year, right? It's colder, and
People are getting pregnant.
yes, You have something
Isn't
to
that
share?
is what?
I'm fairly certain this was when I was conceived.
I'm
It
great.
was winter.
Well, yeah, people start being inside more. They start fucking.
Yeah.
I think. Isn't that statistically?
Statistically,
Probably.
doesn't explain you.
I was gonna say, yeah, nah.
You were born in the
Second to last day
You were
of
a
the
crime
year.
of passion.
Well, I mean, if you trace it, I was supposed to be born in February. I was supposed to be a Valentine baby.
Really?
Yeah. So I am a couple months early, which could explain a lot.
That's
No,
why you
but-
want the way you
no,
want.
no.
I blame my parents for,
You don't
for
get a
the way I
fucking pass
am.
on that. You
I blame
absolutely
my-
don't get a pass on
I was
that.
supposed to be born 2 months later. Help.
He's a preemie. But anyway,
Damn, you came out uncooked.
I did though.
yeah, it explains a
I
lot.
literally, they had to literally put me under heat lamps.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I had jaundice.
Jesus.
They literally
lucky to
baked. They had to bake me more.
You are
literally.
lucky to be here.
Okay, so Kenton's luck versus intelligence score. What do you give him?
Intelligence, but luck.
You're a fucking himbo. You're a literal himbo. Like, you have bumblefucked your way through life and have won at every goddamn turn somehow.
I'm still alive. Yup.
I have a sweatshirt for you.
All right, tree.
So yeah, nah, this tree nonsense. So MJ and I, we went Christmas tree shopping today because Black Friday they got the deals, right? They had at least Michael's, the store Michael's had like these crazy deals on trees, like 70-80% off trees. So we're like, holy shit, we need to hit that up now. And we get a tree and a whole bunch of ornaments and stuff. It's really nice, really cool. And we go to set it up in our apartment. And again, this is just like an hour before we're supposed to record. And we get it all fluffed out. We set it up and everything. We don't put on ornaments yet, but we plug it in. And it's one of those like pre-lit, it has the lights on it already.
Mm.
And it lights up, but it starts like flickering, like really fast. Not just like blinking, right? Because there's a difference between the blinking and then just like the really fast flickering, right? And so
I thought you were about to say it starts sizzling.
I really wanted it to light on fire.
I thought that bitch was
really
lighting
that
on
would-
fire
that would make
immediately.
this story a lot more interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
But instead, the usual electrical problems.
Yes. So, but we're like, well, maybe it's just our eyes, being weird. And then so we like look even more closely. It's like, no, it's definitely flickering, and we don't think it's supposed to do this.
You both believed you had a shared
Special strobing.
never mind. Just continue.
Shared hallucination.
A shared
Yes.
hallucination.
Yeah. So we're like, maybe we're just not used to it or something.
Son of a bitch.
Hey!
When did it happen? When did it fucking happen?
Ah.
Oh well. I know it wasn't that long ago. Anyway,
But knowing that it was you, how does it feel?
terrible.
Yep, you heard it. But no, so we were like, well, fuck, we spent like 20-30 minutes setting this up, and now we gotta tear down and take it back. And on top of that, our ceiling, the topper we got, is too big. So we're like, well, fuck, we gotta return that too.
How big of a tree did you motherfuckers get?
It's only like 7.5.
Only.
Inches.
Only.
That's pretty good.
I was doing pretty fucking fantastic
Above
there,
average,
buddy.
above average. Yeah.
I guess when you're competing with your mom's Christmas tree.
Well, and
I
that's
see where
the
the whole
thing.
comes in.
MJ's like, I really love my mom's, and I'm like, yeah, everybody loves your mom's Christmas tree because it's the biggest fucking tree.
Right.
But
You good over there, bud?
He got what I
Yeah.
get.
yeah, I think I could tie the dots together too. I could connect them.
Man, that mom's Christmas tree is like 12 inches.
She's packing. But no, like it was just too lengthy for our apartment. So we thankfully had the receipt there, and we were like, okay, let's just return the tree, return the topper, whatever, and maybe we'll get a different one, the same kind of tree, maybe that one's different, right? So we go, we return it, get our money back for the topper, and get an exchange for a new tree. And, you know, I'm like, that's when I texted you guys. I was like, I'm going to be a little late.
Mhm.
We got to try to get this up.
They didn't text us the reason why.
No, I didn't.
We're going to be late.
I didn't say anything. I was just like, I'm going to be a little late. And so we get back to the apartment. We go to plug it in, and the same thing happened. Just flickers. So we're like, okay, well, maybe this is just like something part of this tree line is bad, right? But apparently it has really good reviews, so we don't know what's going on.
Bots.
And I mean, I don't know. Who knows? But then I leave, you know, the apartment and drive here. And I just got a text from MJ saying, yeah, I think we were just tweaking. I think this is supposed to happen. And I'm like, yeah, probably. But at the same time, do you recall any of your trees flickering?
I mean, flickering is usually not a mode light.
Is it like, how fast is it flickering?
It's to the point where it's disorienting.
You should have took a video.
If you look, well, that's the thing. The video, it won't show through video. It doesn't
it's
show
looking
up.
too fast.
Are they LEDs? They could be LED flicker.
But like the tree would say like,
You don't just like got like a shit outlet.
well,
that was my thought.
We tried like multiple outlets though, because I thought that too at first. I was like, well, we have it plugged into protector and an outlet thing. It's like combined, one of those combined things that we had. I had it plugged into that, so I'm like, maybe there's not enough power going to it or something. So I, plugged up plugged it up to a outlet without everything going on, and it did the same thing. So we just think that
it might be a weird Hertz.
Maybe, or we're just not used to Christmas lights right now.
No,
Maybe.
That's definitely not it. Yeah. Unless you want either develop like super eyes that can detect the like flickering of the fucking lights, or because for it to not show up on camera means that it has to be flickering at a similar rate to what the camera does, which is like multiple times a second.
Right.
I've had something like that happen before. I don't immediately remember where, but I remember like it was LED ceiling lights, and it was very noticeable. I was able to notice the strobe, the refresh rate almost to the point that it did feel like it was strobing.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's like if you have more than one light, they sort of like
could be
interact with each other in a way that makes it.
It could be. I mean,
yeah,
depending on the brand.
But like I've seen like fluorescent flicker. Like it's hard to see, but if you kind of stare at it,
you kind of start to notice it.
Yeah, but I mean, there was also the thing where too, like I'd never seen it, and maybe this is just because I've only used to like old trees that my parents have had for forever. But like where it's like the 3-part tree that you connect it, like boom, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
The prong for the electric current is in the tube of the tree.
Oh man!
You don't connect them with like separate outlets or whatever. Separate.
Oh yeah.
It's just through the tree main stem.
I don't like that.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, not a fan.
I don't like the electricity running. Are the branches and stuff also metal? I don't like that.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I'd have to see it.
It does not feel kid safe to me.
Yeah.
It apparently has so many good reviews on Amazon or something.
Oh, this is like a modern product?
Yeah.
I wonder if you could just go buy a fucking Christmas tree at any time of the year. And I'm not talking like store Christmas tree. I'm talking like go to a Christmas tree farm.
Any time of the year? I don't think so.
Christmas tree.
Maybe
time to grow.
Because like they're just but they're not growing that tree in the year, usually. And they usually have like multiple years, and then they shift what field they're going from.
Even if you could, I probably wouldn't, because I don't want to deal with a dead Christmas tree by the time it's Christmas.
Would just get one at any time of the year and just set it up in somebody's fucking house.
Just randomly.
That's a hell of a prank, bro.
Pretty fucking funny.
No.
Who's this idiot with a Christmas tree in his July? Who did this? Oh.
They had to take it down.
Okay, that would suck.
What are they gonna fucking do with a Christmas tree?
You set it up and then
It's not like the ones you can just like
find
put in
out
a
the
fucking
person
box.
that broke into their fucking house and make that bitch come back and take it down by court order.
Just like in July, just a fucking Christmas tree.
Christmas in July, baby.
Yeah. Actually trying to figure out how to take that down and where to put that shit would be annoying.
It'd be enough for me to seek legal action.
Yeah. Prank worthy, I suppose, for
No.
sure.
Oh my fucking goodness.
But yeah,
I don't know. Maybe at some point you'll have us over again, and because I want to see
And I'll
this.
set up a Christmas tree.
Just set up we're gonna put a Christmas tree in every corner of your house.
and all of them will have the same problem.
Yes. We're gonna buy one of every one of that type of Christmas tree. You're gonna have 4 Christmas trees per room. Every spot that there could be a corner in your apartment will have a Christmas tree in it.
Just going.
Oh man. Yeah, no.
Fuck your electricity.
I was gonna say fire for sure is gonna be happening at some point.
Oh my fucking goodness.
That's the goal, baby. I can just see the title now. Man plugs in 16 Christmas trees, burns down apartment complex.
But it was a prank. No, it was a prank,
bro.
Oh, it was just a prank. It was just
prank, bro.
Me and Rueben are sitting there like,
Holy fucking Christ. Yeah, no, that's a weird one. I want to see that.
Yeah. So I don't know. We're still kind of convinced that maybe it was just us freaking out and we might just get used to it, but I don't know.
I wouldn't put that past y'all either. I know the both of you, and that's also not impossible.
Yeah. But it happened to 2 trees, 2 of the same trees, so I don't know.
Also, they're coming from the same batch. Could be the same manufacturer defect. You never know.
True.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So that's Christmas tree. I'm debating on buying a Christmas tree for here, but I don't want to deal with one.
I don't want one.
I want lights.
That should be cool.
I don't even want lights, man.
That's fair.
I mean, like, if you want to put them up, that's cool. Like, I'm not gonna be mad, but I don't want to have to deal with putting them up and taking them.
Oh no! If I did it, I'm gonna be the one doing it. I'm not gonna fucking make you do it. But we're probably gonna be back here in fucking February, not a single light's going up because I don't give that much of a damn.
It's
I love Christmas aesthetic. I just don't love being the one to deal with it.
Christmas decorating for. Well, here's my thing. I love decorating for holidays and stuff like that. It's very cool. It's just knowing myself. It would be July,
Yeah,
and there would still be Christmas lights up.
exactly.
And I'm just
Well, I mean, if I owned my home, that's the point. Like that's what we did. The last house we owned was like, you put them back lights up and you do not take them bitches down. You just don't put them. You just don't fucking plug them in throughout the year.
Yeah, just turn them off.
Like, the fuck we do it? Just turn them off.
If they're colored ones, you just have them light up different colors for different holidays.
Then yeah, you can do that, and then just LED strips at that point.
Yeah.
Just hit them bitches. Like, I'm not about to take them bitches down. You crazy?
Yeah. No, I remember my mom just keeps her tree up until like
Your mom kept
April.
that tree up for fucking ever. In fairness, she's not taking that down by herself.
Oh no.
Until she did, or your sister helped her.
Well, taking the ornaments and stuff off for sure, but definitely taking it down. That's been reliant on
Giant
essentially
fucking
me.
tree. Yeah,
It is big.
so like I get that. Like I don't really want to do inside shit. I like doing outdoor stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Lots of stuff around. Like if I do stuff inside, it's just to make the space look cool, not for anything festive. But
no, I think for my family, all my life, we've kept the tree up for at least 3 or 4 months after Christmas. We were that family.
I mean, shit. You know how many boxes I had that we moved into the last place with that are still not unpacked to this day? Like have just moved 3 different places and are now still as good. And they're going to be unpacked until I move again. I can guarantee you that.
Fair.
At least you don't have to repack them.
Exactly.
Right.
Which at the last place was just laziness. Here it's because I know that we're not going to be here long enough to worry about. It's the same reason why I'm not going to go through the process of getting stuff to convert the basement into a recording space. Because it's like there's just money and time I don't want to put into something that's going to be very temporary in the grand scheme of things.
Fair.
Yeah. So, all right. We got a game review.
Yes, sir. So, not too long ago, at least of this recording, Mar and Luigi Brothership released for the Switch, and it is the first Mario and Luigi like RPG type game that has released in, I forget how long, in a while, long enough to know that like they've done like 2 or 3 kind of like remakes since the last one, right? Where like they had the original Mario and Luigi RPG remake that came out that we talked about in some previous episodes. And then before that, they had like a re-release of like a previous like Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story type thing that they did for, I don't know if it was like the DS or this. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't a new thing, right?
Right.
Like a brand new title, right? With a new story, new everything. So this was a big deal in that genre. And I think they did their thing with this. They did their thing. And I think I touched a little bit on it when we talked about it, going over that, what was, I think the episode you just dropped, actually. Or,
Yes. When we did the Nintendo,
yep.
the Nintendo Direct recap.
Review, yep.
Literally the one I put up today. Yeah.
Yep. I think I touched on it a little bit and what I was excited for.
Yep.
And I've played literally halfway through it. I think I'm exactly halfway through the story right now. And I think the one criticism that I do have is it feels a little bit more kind of repeaty. That's not even a word.
Is it redoing a lot of
Repetitious.
things?
Yeah, it feels
Repetitive.
the gameplay and like the fighting and everything feels a little more repetitive than some other previous titles in the same genre. Where it's like, okay, there's not many items to use for these enemies. There's not many new moves and types of things I can do to defeat these enemies besides like jump on them or hammer them, right? And I'm about halfway through the game. It's not like I'm missing things. You know, I'm doing all the side quests, unlocking all the stuff, but I feel like I'm halfway through the game and I only have like a couple ways to defeat these enemies, right? So it feels repetitive in that sense, but the animation, the colors, the story's fun. You know, like, I don't know. It gives everything that the previous titles give in charm, right? It's charming as hell. And I love the fact that they're exploring different avenues of the Mario universe, right? Rather than continuously going back to the Mushroom Kingdom, right?
Oh, okay.
Especially in this type of style, when they definitely could do whatever the fuck they want.
Right.
Because it's like RPG style, mix it up however you want, right? They explored a little bit with that with Mario Bros. Wonder. I forget the exact title of that.
Super Mario Wonder?
Yeah, Super Mario Wonder. There was a whole new kingdom, right? The Flower Kingdom or something.
Yeah.
And they kind of expanded the different kingdoms a little bit. I think that this was just another showcase of here's another aspect of this universe that we could add to the Mario, saga, the Mario IP, right? And it's fun. It's cool.
Nice.
They're like these it's like the plug and outlet themed, right? So all the characters and NPCs are like outlets and like
really
plugged,
okay,
like styled. It's really cool and interesting how they're able to add, these fun stylistic characteristics to these, I don't know. It makes me wonder and think about like all the different things they could do if this is a direction that they're choosing to go, right? They're actually expanding farther out than just mushrooms and flowers and all this stuff. They're just now doing other things, which is good to see.
They do. They did that in out in Odyssey.
Oh,
Odyssey
yeah,
had a ton of different
Odyssey
kind of races and a lot, which is
Hatland and
right, like, which is one of the things that stood out about Odyssey to me was it's more than the usual, the same enemies we've been seeing for 30 years and same race of mushroom people we've been seeing for 30 years, or mushroom adjacent, or just look like toads and shit, even if they were different races and shit. So that's good to hear.
And I think now that I'm thinking about it, that's probably one of the reasons why I really enjoy, Mario and Luigi RPG style games, because that's where you see, I think, the most exploration in that sense. Different things to see, new types of characters, new types of kingdoms, new types of problems to solve, new moves you can do. I don't know. I just think it's very interesting. and they did their thing in that aspect for sure. So yeah, again, I think that only criticism, again, I'm only halfway through. Maybe it picks up a little bit. There is some really cool dynamics you can do with what you have. Like if you pair up certain, kind of, we'll call them hacks. Like you unlock hacks that make your hammers hit harder, your stomps hit harder. When you use an item, sometimes it'll come back to you. Like if you equip those certain hacks, like different combinations do different things. But again, it still feels repetitive to an extent. I'm not having as much fun battling as I did in previous,
fair enough. When you don't have as much variety. And that's always been the thing about RPGs for me is I'll say JRPGs or this style of RPG is one of the main reasons why I have such a tough time with RPGs is the combat is so repetitive in my opinion. Like I understand people's love for Chrono Trigger and the old Final Fantasy games and shit and Fire Emblem, and even though that's technically an RTS, not a RPG, but it still kind of hints on the same issues, is that it's so repetitive in a way that just does not keep me engaged.
Which is why it's wild that your favorite game is Pokemon.
It's fucking Pokemon!
True.
Right? But Pokemon gives you a lot of variety and a lot of mix and match with the attacks you can use, as well as having the whole type chart combinations and shit like that.
Sounds to me more like you just haven't gotten into the strategies of the other JRPGs as deeply as you have gotten into Pokemon.
And I can tell you right now, that kind of strategizing just doesn't appeal to me, which is absolutely what it is. Yeah. It just doesn't appeal.
Struck a chord.
Reminder, Pokemon, I can fucking blitz through because as long as you're using, right? As long as you're using your starter Pokemon and the fact that it's a Pokemon game.
See, I don't see a significant difference between these two things we're talking about right now, which is why I'm so confused.
I also get to collect little creatures that I have. JRPGs don't have. So
party members.
Yeah. No, you gain party members in most JRPGs. You're right.
I'm drawing the corollary.
Do you have 1,200 of them to choose from and collect throughout the entire game?
That's another thing, actually.
Exactly.
I mean, Octopath
Granted,
Traveler,
you don't technically
like
have 1,200, but like I know, yeah. It's a weird thing. I feel like if I start, I should try more of them now.
I also don't find them to be super engaging for me personally.
You're also not like that big of a Pokemon fan either, at least as far as games go.
But no, like that.
Yeah, Pokemon sucks.
Damn.
It kind of does, if we're being particularly honest. But Pokemon is a means to an end. I play Pokemon as a means to an end. I care about the creature designs. I care about shiny hunting. I do not care that much about playing Pokemon games, even though I do enjoy them when I do play them. But for me, the battling aspect of it is the absolute lowest part of the reason I play a Pokemon game, which is weird because I've been playing Pokemon Rogue religiously, which is all battling. It's all battling, but it's weirdly fun. But it also takes it. We'll get into that someday.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're allowed to enjoy what you enjoy and not enjoy what you don't enjoy.
It's just Fluff will be over in the corner judging me for it.
But I do think it's interesting that that Pokemon really appeals to other JRPGs don't.
Yeah, it's like it's always been an interesting part. I should say that's why I really want to sit down and like try. I want to try FF7, like original FF7, and I want to play Chrono Trigger because like those are two big, like some of the biggest games in the JRPG space. I want to try them and see how far I get, and as well as I also kind of want to try either Mario RPG and or one of the Mario Luigi games.
I would. Well, you brought
up Paper Mario.
Paper Mario's, well, a certain Paper Mario's, I would suggest over other ones. 1,000 Year Door, fantastic.
Yeah,
they remade that on the Switch. Definitely get it if you're willing to check out Paper Mario.
Right,
1,000 Year Door, do it. But that's another thing you mentioned: multiple characters and people you pick up, party members, right? With this specific Mario and Luigi, it doesn't seem there are any other party members besides Mario. It seems obvious. It sounds obvious, but no, listen. In other Mario RPGs, it wasn't typically always just Mario and Luigi.
Really?
Right? In Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, you sometimes played as Bowser.
Well,
and then you swap back and forth.
Right.
And you sometimes played as Bowser Jr., I think. Don't quote me on that. But it's like
I know
you
that
had
was-
aspects where in certain parts of the game you're different characters entirely with different move sets, different items, different powers, everything, right? My favorite Mario and Luigi game, Partners in Time, you had Baby Mario and Baby Luigi joining you on the adventure too. So all of your moves and items you use can be combo attacks, and it took advantage of the top screen and the bottom screen because it was a DS game. And there were just so many cool things and combos you could do with that, right? If Mario and Luigi died, the adult versions, now you're playing as the babies who have their own dynamic and own powers and things that they can do. They maybe can't hit hard enough or dodge as good, so you have to take that into account. There's a lot more to think about, right? Especially in the battles. And I enjoyed that aspect a lot, and that made me a big fan of this genre, Mario and Luigi RPGs, right? Even the remake of the original, you had multiple party members. You had Mario. I don't think you had Luigi. You had Mario, Princess Peach, Gino, who else?
Bowser, the Mallow.
The Cloud person. You had all those different party members you could choose between, and they all had their own specialties, their own combinations.
I just want to say, sometimes I just think of that level up scene when a character levels up and they're just doing their
their little jive.
That lives rent free in my head.
Level up.
Yes.
Level up.
So like, I don't know. In that sense, I felt, battles were a lot more fun in even that game.
Yeah.
Right. It just, the battles aren't exactly hitting in this, but that isn't, even though it sounds like that's one of the main reasons why I play it, I just enjoy the charm of the story and the characters and their interactions with each other and everything. Even if it isn't that deep, right?
Right.
It's not meant to hit you hard anywhere. It's a charming, kind of high level, like very soft story that's fun. Villains are not like the evilest shit ever. They're like, played for comedy,
Right.
comedic effect most of the time. It's just fun. And it brings me back to the feeling that I had when I played the other ones, and it feels good.
Nice.
So I give it a 9, an 8 on the worst days when I really feel the battles aren't hitting, but everything else makes up for it, and I can live with it. And I'm only halfway there, and I've seen some other stuff that will probably happen. So I don't know. We'll see if that changes my.
It's time for it to take a hard left into racism. Just out of nowhere, Mario just drops a hard R. It was crazy.
10. It's a 10 now. It's a 10 now. Everybody get it.
Oh shit. Oh, okay.
Eat,
man.
drink, game, slur.
Repeat.
Yeah. There you go. All right, fair enough.
So yeah, if you're a fan of the series, or if you're a first person to the series and you don't have anything before DS, you just have a Switch. Well, first of all, check out the original remake, the Mario RPG, the original remaster.
Mario Luigi or Mario RPG.
Super Mario RPG.
Yeah.
The remake for the Switch. You'll see it. You'll find it. Look it up. Get that. Play that. If you like that, then jump onto this, because this is some similar stuff with the little updated, kind of feel, animation style, everything. And I don't know. You might enjoy it.
Probably will. That's a glowing review. Hell yeah. You mentioned it. I just put out episode 26 where we had the whole Nintendo Direct recap thing, and rewatched that. I remembered I still have not gotten Echoes of Wisdom, the Zelda game.
Yeah.
And so I'm probably gonna grab that this weekend and just go on and play it. And kind of see how that goes. So I might have another game review, hopefully before this end of year. End of this year.
That's my favorite holiday.
At the end of this year, we're making a new holiday. We got to figure out happy end of year. It actually kind of sounds like one, for being honest.
Yeah.
But hell yeah.
Context.
End is year. End is year.
I mean, that's technically what the last 5-6 days is.
It's just the end is year.
End is year holiday. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna combine Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah,
my birthday,
the solstice, his birthday, New Year's, Not Keon's birthday specifically. He doesn't get to be a part of this.
Yeah, his falls out of the 5 day,
Yeah, no,
5-6 day. Yeah.
no, you're not allowed to be there. And we're all just gonna bind it all into one year. You're gonna be our patron saint. You means you can't go to heaven because now you're gonna be your own false idol, but it's okay. That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Yep. For Endizyre.
Happy Endizyre. We're just gonna sign off.
You're not allowed to fill your gas tank the whole time.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have to. It's like No Nut November for your gas tank. That was
reverse.
That was as dumb as it fucking sounded.
Well, you guys don't fill your dicks with cum?
Well, no, you fill your balls with cum. Come on,
No,
dude.
you fill your balls with gas.
Pee is stored in the balls.
Oh, someone has that fetish. You're right. Pee is stored in the balls. I mean, you put all your cum in your prostate.
We know anatomy.
Someone has definitely.
No.
I don't know. I don't know of a person like this who existed, but out of 8 billion people on the face of this planet, someone has definitely put gasoline down their dick hole.
And
I want to talk to that guy.
Like there are probably more people that have done it, and then less people that have liked it. But there are still probably people that liked it.
It's still a high chance at least one person has done it and enjoyed it.
Like the guy who did the weed whipper line, and it got tangled inside.
Oh shit.
Which, like, how, for one, but also, I hope you get something out of that. Like, I hope you're having a great day. Like,
what is the result of that? Actually,
I hope
we're very curious.
everything you hoped was gonna happen from that happened for you. Like, it just you
hopefully
live
it
your
wasn't
life,
for
bud.
nothing.
I hope it was not for nothing. Oh man, speaking of not for nothing, all right.
There's no articles about it online.
What, the weed whipper
Whip it,
guy?
dude? Oh, people sticking gasoline down the pee holes.
We just siphon this.
Oh,
Kept
man.
it a secret.
Our fucking Google search histories are always going to be great.
That's funny.
All right, so we staved off this long enough.
Kendrick section.
Kendrick section, and the unfortunate also going to be Kendrick versus Drake section because there's some new developments on that. But we'll start with this. We'll start with the good shit. Kendrick just surprise dropped an album right after we recorded last Friday. That was insane because, like, completely out of nowhere, no tease, no. There's been a lot of like speculation of Kendrick is Kendrick gonna drop this year? Is he gonna drop it this time? Is he gonna drop it this time, whatever? As a matter of fact, when Tyler the Creator dropped Chromacopia, because he didn't drop it on a Friday, or he announced that he was going to delay Chromacopia by a little. He delayed it by like 2 weeks or something like that. And people were like, "Oh, is he doing it? Why is he doing this? Oh, is it because Kendrick's going to drop it? He knows like Kendrick's going to drop it. Didn't want to get in the way." That didn't happen. He dropped Chromacopia. It was just artistic vision that it wasn't to a standard at the time, and he dropped it on a Monday, which was interesting. So I hadn't really thought much about us actually getting a Kendrick album. I figured if we got one, it was going to be after the Super Bowl. So imagine my fucking shock and surprise when on Friday, November, whatever the fuck that would have been last week, November 20th, whatever. I'm seeing a lot of news about a new Kendrick drop, and it's called GNX. The cover is it's black and white. Kendrick just is in black and white clothing standing on a real black car, and it looks fucking kind of cool as shit.
I mean, it could be black. It could be it's black and white. So
no, okay. Yes, fair. You're right, but we do know it's a black GNX.
He could be wearing black and white clothes. We don't know.
What if it's dark blue?
Yeah,
it is not. It is very, very, very well understood. It is a black GNX. He mentions it multiple times. It is a black GNX.
What if it's white?
And they photoshopped it black. Yeah.
What if the paint under that is white? It came from the factory white.
What if you're white, Blitz, huh? What about that?
You ever think about that?
Like, you can't just ask somebody what if they're white, man. You're like, that's just rude, bro.
It gets under your skin.
Something like that, yeah. Gets down to the white meat.
God damn it.
Anyway, GNX drops. Fantastic album. It starts off. So obviously, me and you have listened to it. I have not forced y'all to listen to it yet, and I should have. But
Yeah, Fluff, why haven't you listened to it yet?
I didn't know it existed.
Not an excuse.
Typical.
Terrible.
White man. Typical white man.
Typical.
Why should I care about the rap? Okay, it's the devil's music.
I thought you were going to say something else. I thought you were going to say. I thought you were about to say, "Why should I care about the blacks?"
What's the difference?
Honestly, it's kind of where it wound up anyway. But no, like this.
I don't care for those urban styling.
Oh, jeez.
The blacks or their culture.
Oh man. But yeah, GNX. It is.
It's with SZA? What's going on?
You know, SZA is his one of his old, like, she's on the label he used to be on.
Really? That's really cool.
TDE, yeah. So they were old label mates.
You'll probably like that song, actually.
Actually, yeah, you probably like Luther.
Mm-hmm.
We're not gonna play it on here right now.
Is it?
Also, because if I started playing, I'm gonna want to listen to the whole album with y'all. So just can't do that right now. We have to pick a different time.
So what are the highlights from the album?
So for me, my two favorite songs is literally the first song, Whacked Out Murals. And I'll get into the reason for that in a second. And then the other big one, Reincarnated, has been just an on repeat song for me.
Yeah.
It is such a good song.
Absolutely. And similarly, Reincarnated is my number one.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I texted you this.
You didn't make it sound like Reincarnated was your number one. You just made it sound like you really liked it.
No, the order I sent it to you was number one, number two, number three.
Yeah, no, Reincarnated is my favorite as well. Like, Reincarnated is absolutely my favorite.
Yeah.
I know what? I'm going to play a snippet of this.
And this is going to be a big portion of the talk about the album, too.
I want to that song, but like that, between, obviously, Kendrick's lyrical skill is top notch as fucking always. The content of the song and the topics it goes over, which we're going to get into in a little bit here, is top notch. But like, even beyond that, for me, my love for music, it comes down to generally instruments, like the composition of the instrumentals into it. And so when you have, and Kendrick is a rapper that just does this so fucking well, like the producers he works with, when they are creating these songs for him, I don't know if it's him or just them or however the fuck that shit works down, but the just composition of melodies and harmonies and the instruments they pull in and how they're being played is such a big thing for me. And it's what, when I listen to songs on repeat, that's what I'm usually listening for. Mm-hmm. And just the way he started that verse, like with the strings coming in and like the harmonized voices like singing in behind there, and just like, oh my God, it fucking touches my soul every time.
It's the progression too, because it doesn't, obviously not every, I guess, stanza of the song starts like that, and how it like rose to that throughout the song. So it's like by the time you hit that, you already heard what it sounded like at the beginning of the other parts of the song when he started a verse. And this one, you could tell, it's like, oh, this one's going to hit different. One's special and it hits different. It's so fucking good. So good.
We'll listen to the whole thing at some point later with y'all. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so Whacked Out Murals, Reincarnation, people, TV Off.
Which literally...
TV Out, TV Off.
TV Off, yeah. Which is literally seemingly just like a back-to-back on the back of Not Like Us. Like the same vibe.
Right.
Mustard's on it. Mustard! He's on that shit.
If y'all been seeing that around the internet, this is why. If you just see like random, like just the word mustard in all caps.
Anything related to mustard, honestly, for the next 2 weeks.
Has TV Off been out for a second?
Nope. TV Off came out on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Where? I saw it in a dream, I swear to God. I don't know.
Might have. Prophetic dreams.
I mean, Not Like Us had mustard on there too.
Yeah.
So I mean, if it was just like mustard related or
Right.
something, like you heard the name mustard.
No, specifically TV Off as a title for something that people were talking about that I heard at some point. Never
Oh
mind.
yeah.
It's like I said, it came out on Friday, so you could have saw it, could have heard it over the weekend at some point.
But any mustard related content for the next 2 weeks will probably any mustard. Be it hot dog, burgers,
Right.
whatever, it's
Right.
probably has something to do with Kendrick Lamar's
Yeah.
album.
Squabble Up, speaking of Not Like Us, Squabble Up, if you caught the music video for Not Like Us, at the beginning of it, he plays a snippet of a song that was not in the original release of Not Like Us. And people were wondering when we were going to get the full version of that. And we got it. And the song Squabble Up.
A coworker pointed that out to me.
Oh,
I
really?
Didn't
You didn't know
I
that?
didn't know that at first.
Yeah.
No. And he was like, yeah, I'm starting to listen to it now. And I just realized that the beginning of Squabble Up is the same thing that played in the beginning of that music video. I was like, oh.
Yep.
I knew I heard that beginning part from somewhere. I couldn't pinpoint it.
Yep.
So
That is where that came from. I know Luther with featuring SZA, that's been like, that has that real, like, it's Luther because it's sampling a Luther Vandross song over it, but it's a real melodic, like real, like almost kind of love songy-ish. I don't remember Man at the Garden well enough. Dodger Blue is another one people have been really loving.
And I think that
It
that's
didn't stand out super well to me, but
it's one of my favorites. I think all my favorites are really more of the songs where
It's just, I watch you guys scroll up and you're like, this is one of my favorites. This one's so fucking good. And you scroll down, you're like, oh, there's this one too. This is one of my
It's a fantastic album.
it's a solid ass album.
Scroll back up and you're like, this one's fucking good. It's one of my fucking favorites.
Right.
But no, I had like three of my favorites, right? Is top one Reincarnated, then there's that one that we just talked about,
Dodger Blue,
and then Heart Part 6. Those are my three.
Heart Part
top.
6, that one is noteworthy because if you remember during the battle, Drake dropped a song. His final entry into the beef was called Heart Part 6, which was essentially meant to call it was meant to bite off of Kendrick's Heart series. So Kendrick always releases he has been basically before any major project he'll release a Heart Part series. So Heart Part 1 through 5 and then 6. And so it was a big question of what he was going to do. And the best movie he could have made here is the one he made, which was to just pretend like Drake didn't drop anything. And then of course the titular title, GNX, followed by Gloria, also featuring SZA.
Yeah.
I remember Gloria was a pretty good one, and Gloria being a really cool like homage to like just, it was a love song to hip hop. Is like pretty like hip hop personified. It was really good.
And I want to go back to Dodger Blue too, real quick though, because it seems like the with the timbre and everything that he's going with in that song, he's like mocking Drake.
I heard that theory.
And I don't know if that's true, and I haven't seen anybody else or looked up to see if anybody else is talking about it, but like that's what it feels like to me after listening to it a couple times. I'm like, this sounds like what Drake's songs kind of sound.
Okay,
like.
I want to hear it right quick again.
Like it sounds.
Yeah, it's definitely poppy. Like it's very pop hip hop. Which
I don't know if that's what his intention is to like, kind of dig at Drake again. But
it's a few times where Kendrick has gone, I can do what you do, but you can't do what I do. Like that's always been that's usually always been a pretty big flex for like whenever rappers kind of go at each other, is like, you might be popular in this thing that I'm not, but trust me, it's because I don't want to be. Like Not Like Us was really like that, where Not Like Us was like, a lot of people were saying that Kendrick can't make hit records. Kendrick was like, I don't want to, but since you really want me to, I can show you that I can. And then drop 3 more on this album alone.
Yeah.
Like Kendrick is like, I can make hit records. I just like doing the conscious shit. Like
I can do platinum whenever the fuck I want.
The motherfucker won. You don't win Pulitzer Prizes just doing hip hop music and not be fucking fantastic at your craft. Like, yeah. But so I would say my highlights were not in any particular, just or album order: Whacked Out Mural, Reincarnated, Heart Part 6 is up there, and I would say Dodger Blue. I have to give Dodger Blue a few more listens. As fun as as TV Off is, and I know it will be for like the public zeitgeist, it's fun to listen to, but I'm not gonna be going back and listening to it the same way I listen to Reincarnated or Whacked Out Murals.
Yeah, for sure. And I wanted to, and I think the second part of us talking about the album is digging a little bit more into Reincarnated.
Yeah.
And for a long time, and I think you also had the same sentiment when I told you about it. There was this theory, right? Or this, I guess idea where it's like, what if, reincarnation and what happens after you die, and what if, right? There's a certain theory that's out there that I've been thinking about for a long time. Didn't know where it originated from, where I got it, or where I thought of it first. And it was brought up in my coworker Slack channel. Like, someone posted it, and I was like, this is it. This is where it came from. And then a week later, the Kendrick album drops. And then it includes that Reincarnated song where he kind of alludes to that same theory.
Let's say he doesn't even allude to it. He straight up says it, like you pointed out in the lyric, like every individual is only a version of you. So, okay, like to give a quick summary of Reincarnated. It basically verse 1, Kendrick goes back to where he says he's basically lived this life before. He's lived these lives 100 times over or something like that, in which he details the life of a musician from Michigan back in the 1940s. Was it 1947?
Yeah.
Who gets caught up, like he's a very prolific guitarist who gets kicked out of the house by his dad because he's just super rebellious and all that fun shit. But he goes on the road, becomes a super famous guitarist, has money, women, fame, power, and be kind of to the point he starts to gluttonize that power. And eventually ends up dying, holding on to all that money and fame, and being so afraid of losing it that he spends his whole life just focused on that. Verse 2, he is reincarnated into he literally starts the verse with like, now I am I don't remember the words exactly, but like, now I'm a woman from, and he specifically says, the Chitlin connection, the Chitterling. No, did he say Chitlin connection? Chitterling connection? I think it's that Chitlin connection. But he details this singer who's, once again, very prolific at her craft, becomes very famous because of her singing ability, unfortunately gets wrapped up in drugs and basically becomes like a whirlwind of just her next fix of heroin or whatever other fucking drugs until eventually she ends up overdosing. And her father looks the other way, knowing that she was into this lifestyle, but I guess feels powerless to do anything to help her at this point until she eventually self-destructs. And then the final one, he begins it as himself, and then with no real warning at all. Like, it just all of a sudden, it starts with Kendrick basically talking to God. And he's having a conversation with God. And then at a certain point, God is talking back, but basically goes, you are Lucifer. You are the morning star that was eventually sent down to earth because you rebelled. And basically now it's a back and forth conversation between Kendrick as Lucifer and God, going back and forth of like God saying, I sent you down to earth because you needed to learn the lesson of humility. And the only thing you've done since you've been down there is essentially wreak havoc and fucking with people's lives, having them live in fear and sin. And like, you more concerned with like these carnal desires than you are with being a better person, in which Kendrick is responding back, I've wanted to be a better person and I've like done these things of trying to be a better person. Like, what's going on is like, well, and you have to listen. And I'm going to make y'all listen to it right now.
I mean, I think we can explain it and then we could go back and listen, I guess. But like, it's essentially, that conversation of Kendrick to God, and God says, you were this, you were that, you felt this, you did this to people, you harmed people in this way. You were not the greatest version of yourself. And Kendrick's like, well, I'm different now. In this life, I've done this. I've done that good thing. God's like, tell me more. Tell me more. And then he's like, well, you love war. It's like, no, I don't. It's like, oh, yes, you do. Because in your past lives, you did. You persecuted people for their thoughts. And it's like, Kendrick's like, what are you talking about? And then God said, in this song, it says, what was it? What did I put up there?
Every individual is only a version of you.
So and he that
How can
line
they forgive?
alone,
How can they forgive if there's no forgiveness in your heart? It's kind of where they go on from that.
right? And that line alone made me think of this theory, and then it all clicked together. He's talking about the egg theory, and the fact that essentially, what if every single person on Earth that ever lived, ever will live, is you?
It's just you.
So you die, you reincarnate as another person from a different time, maybe, like, like Fluff, you are Rueben, just in a different life.
And I am Izzy, and Izzy is Kent is me, and I am Fluff, and Fluff is Kent, and Kenton is Izzy.
And it just happens over and over, and you don't remember your past lives at all. So you were Jesus, you were Hitler, you were, all these different prophetic people, right, in life that had done really bad things, really good things, et cetera, and you're just learning all these things about life to ultimately be, in the egg theory, to ultimately be this god of, another universe or something, right?
Right.
So
this video, I would very much recommend watching this short story video.
It's by Kurz. I never know how to say this name, but
I don't know about this surprises. I thought that was so. I've been thinking about something very similar, but I thought it was an original thought.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yes,
that's what he was saying.
Yes,
we've had this thought of like because he sent me this. I had never heard of this until what was that? Sunday, Monday, yesterday? When did you post this? It's like Saturday, Sunday. I was like, I have thought about this before, of the idea of like, what if everybody is just everybody else and we're all different facets of the same consciousness and just don't know it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've never known there was a name to this.
It's actually a pretty common experience on certain psychedelics is to have like this like feeling of oneness with everyone else.
Right? Like it was very interesting to have now to hear you saying that too, of like, this is how many people have had this thought and have done this thought experiment, like gone down this mental wormhole or mental rabbit hole.
For me, it was it originated from an idea in physics.
Really?
Where like I don't remember what it is or what the specifics are, but they there are some certain things about electrons that led scientists to maybe believe that they could travel through time. Mm-hmm. And if they can travel through time and they can travel through space, then what would keep them from popping up eventually at every point in the universe? And maybe every single electron is just the same electron, just traveling through time and space. And I was like, well, what if that was like me?
It's funny because I got there from a more philosophical standpoint of I was out disc golfing by myself. This was like 2 years ago and couldn't begin to tell you. I remember whatever music I was playing did not have any lyrics to it. It was just like vibe shit to listen to. And I got down the rabbit hole, like the mental rabbit hole of like, it's weird. It started with, it's weird how we have never seen our own faces. Nobody can see their own face. They can only ever see reflections or pictures of your face. You can't look at your own face.
The same way that somebody else can look at yours.
The same way I can look at, right? And that got me down it just got me down like, what is consciousness? And like, what does it mean for us to all be conscious? And that eventually gave away to like, well, I can experience everybody else, but I can't experience myself. But that's the same experience that you're having and you're having and you're having. And the people walking outside the house right now are having, or the people next door are having. Like, and that just kept giving away to different thoughts till it was like, what, are we like all the same person? Like, and
having an existential crisis while disc golfing.
While just disc golfing, like it was like to see that there's a name to be put to it now was very crazy to find out this weekend for me. Like,
and I mean, there are videos explaining the theory like everywhere on YouTube. And this is like 8 or 7 years old actually. But I think this, it's crazy. I don't know. I think I remember watching this years ago, but I forgot that I watched it. And it was just like a thought that I just had and thought it originated out of nowhere. But after the video was shared in our Slack, I was like, that's where I saw it. And it was animated by Kurzgesagt.
I'm gonna have it up on the screen. I'm usually pretty good for trying.
They say it all the time in their videos, and it just never clicks. And this is
Kurzgesagt in a nutshell.
In a nutshell, yeah. It's got me on a binge of some of their videos.
I think it's pronounced like an N, like Kurzgesagt.
Yeah, I'm not exactly
Even
sure.
though it's a G in there, but
yeah.
You were on your way home when you died. It was a car accident. Nah.
5 years ago. So it's animated very well and it's narrated nicely.
Yeah, he doesn't say it in this one. But I will have the name up on the screen. You'll see it.
Yes. Watch that theory, watch that video, and then listen to the song, or vice versa, whichever way you want to experience it. It connects.
I would say listen to the song first, just to enjoy the song.
Yeah.
And then watch this video and then go back and re-listen to it.
Yeah. But I don't know. It was so surreal to me, like after watching that video like a week prior, remembering that this is where I got that theory from initially. And then a week later, Kendrick's album drops referencing this theory.
Right.
I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck is happening right now? I need to tell somebody about this. And so I mentioned it to Blitz, and he was like, oh, snap. So I was like, yeah, we got to talk about this.
That is a really interesting theory. Especially when you then tie it in with the themes of who Lucifer is as the Bible describes him before he became Satan, and that Kendrick used that theme, played off that theme by reincarnating as different musicians in history. Jury's a little out on whether they are meant to be specific musicians or not. I'm leaning towards that it should be, only because he very specifically called out Michigan in 1947 for the guitarist, as well as he called out a band that does exist for the singer. So I think now, like, if their stories are true or not, I'm going to assume so, but I couldn't say for certain without doing a bit more research than I had time for this episode. But it's interesting that he chose them, and I like that he kept the theme of fatherly disapproval, musical genius, carnal overindulgence. And he kept that going through all three until it wrapped itself up in the conversation between God and Kendrick as Lucifer. Like, that was like, I didn't even catch that like the first 10 times I was listening to it, because I was just listening to the music and then really listened to the story that was going on and was like, oh shit, this is why Kendrick wins Pulitzer Prizes and every fucking Grammy. Like, this is why he's awarded this shit. It is
genius.
I would highly recommend anybody give this album a listen. There's been people already, and we refer to them as Drizzy Glazers, who are trying to say this album is mid, and are 100% being dead serious, are going, oh, this album is mid, and they're only saying that because there's rumors that Kendrick might be dropping a second album before the end of this year. And so they're going, oh, well, that's because this album was mid and he's just testing the waters and he's doing that and that's pussy shit. Because there's a video I'm gonna send you later from the Joe Budden podcast of just this girl like saying the most ridiculous, stupid shit and trying to sound like it's trying to be like a gotcha of like, well, Drake did this and everyone had a problem. Why is Kendrick doing it okay? And it's like, well, the difference between Drake and Kendrick is that Drake he leaked 100 gigs of essentially trash. Well, I won't say trash, but like background footage after the beef, because he had like nothing else to put out. He had no music to put out. So he just put out 100 gigs worth of like studio recordings and like unreleased projects and shit, and just put it out for free. Let's put it out on the internet and like leaked it with one of his fake Finstas, I think they call them. Whereas like, this is a produced album. It's a whole produced album. Even if he's going to have a second album coming out after it, it doesn't take the way that this is a produced and like released album. But like, she was trying to say that this album is mid, but couldn't say why it was mid. And every time they brought up a song, she was like, that song's really good, actually. Yeah, that song's good, but the album is still mid. And it's like, bitch, if you don't shut the fuck up. But that's how people be. That's how people have been.
Haters gonna hate.
Haters are gonna hate. And speaking of haters who continue to hate, our boy Drizzy Drake cannot stay out of the news, because So shit's been.
He peeped himself.
That would have been better than what he's about to go through now.
Oh no.
Yeah. There's a lot to be said about the unspoken rules of engagement when it comes to rap beefs. There's like it's hard to say that there are rules, given like sometimes that people will then also go there are no rules. But like one of the many unspoken rules is that whatever happens in a rap beef stays in the rap beef. It should not culminate in people dying, which has happened because of rap beefs. But generally, it hasn't happened because of the rap beef. The rap beef was also a symptom of what was going on that led to people's deaths. But it shouldn't lead into real world violence. It should not lead into courtroom litigation. Drake has decided to break one of those cardinal sins. He has committed a cardinal sin as of yesterday is when the news first broke. Drake is not suing Kendrick Lamar. He is suing UMG and Spotify as he alleges that they artificially pumped up the numbers for Not Like Us.
No, I think people just like the song. Drake.
I mean, the numbers probably pumped because the song got a lot of attention, but I don't think it was artificial.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, Drake wants to take UMG. His parent label, well, actually, honestly, all of them are. Universal Music Group kind of runs everything musically. And Spotify for conspiring to help Kendrick artificially boost the numbers and views.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm suing you because his song was more popular than mine.
Literally.
I thought you were going to tell me he was suing for defamation.
You would think.
Which would be I don't know.
You would fucking think, right? You would think that the thing to sue for is defamation of this dude calling you a fucking pedophile, because that's not true, right?
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 That's what you should be clearing your name of here, right?
Right?
But no, let's go to court because your song is popular.
The song that calls me a pedophile is popular, and that's what I'm coming after. Not
See, the issue is that
pedophile
truth is an absolute
allegation.
defense to defamation, so I just don't think he could beat the charge.
He could never get away with it because it's not defamation if it's true. Yeah, so Homeboy is now taking this to court, and even now his Glazers are still on his side, but even the most like neutral benefit of the doubt, like people that have been trying to like not so much they say that Drake lost, they say Kendrick has won and Kendrick kind of deserves his win, but there's still some like Screwface Jean is like this where he's like, I still respect Drake for like stepping up and I think he can make a comeback and whatever the fuck, right? Even he's now to the point of like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? This is something you don't do. Not because obviously not because it's impossible to do or it's illegal to do, but because if you're going to do this hip hop thing, that's the least hip hop thing you could be doing right now.
Not to mention, it's just a stupid reason.
It's also a stupid stunt, right?
Out of all the things you could be suing for,
all the things you could be suing for, which that's its own thing.
As soon as they turn over, they're just going to have evidence.
And here's the fun part is like all of them, like everybody who's reading this is going, Drake, you realize in Discovery, the only thing
they're going to prove that he's a pedophile.
Well, that, but even taking the pedophile thing away, right? The two outcomes that happen here is A, they do find out that the numbers are inflated, which is also going to show that your numbers are inflated because they're not going to do this for just fucking Not Like Us. As a matter of fact, like one of the things he argues is that when people were searching for some Drake song, or when they looked for Certified Lover Boy, that his album to play, Siri. So if you said, "Hey Siri, play Certified Lover Boy," it will automatically
certified pedophile.
Basically, yes. It'll automatically route the results to playing Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar. Which
Genius.
It will. And that's how they have always worked. Because unless you give it like, especially when it comes to like saying play an album, You can't just say play an album by its title. You have to say a specific song or play this album by such and such artist, right?
So it's just searching the lyric then, you think? And
It's
finding the
searching
most
for
popular.
Literally, it's doing a Google search and playing the most popular thing that comes up for music, which if you say certified lover boy, it's quickly followed up by
certified pedophile.
What, right? And like that has always happened. There's a reason there's a fucking butt ton of like funny little TikToks of little kids saying play this like thing that is not the title of the fucking song, but they're getting the song anyway. That's how the search function is supposed to work.
Okay, now playing porn. Lots of big porn.
Lots of big porn. Lots of big porn.
I joke.
Alexa,
on the big porn.
I can't remember. There's a video where it's like,
oh, I know what you're talking about.
And the little girl is like, play something, and it's like big
damn
booty
it.
porn.
What? Yeah, big. It just played like the craziest porn title I've ever heard.
Alexa, play I Like Big Butts and I Cannot Lie.
Right? Like, the song that you're talking about, it wasn't even anything like that. It was like Ticker.
I really love this content.
Ticker.
Yeah.
What is the song they were trying to play?
I think
Either way, the kids sound like they're saying play Ticker.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what the song they were trying to look up, but for some reason, Alexa just took that to be some crazy ass porn title. It was like, holy shit, okay.
Like, Alexa, wait. No, Alexa, no.
Alexa, no.
Wait.
Stop. Cancel search. Oh, man. But like, yeah, they do that because they're not trying to play the exact, like, search. They're playing the most likely thing people are looking for, which would probably be the fucking song that came out this year.
Ticker. Bobby, can you talk to play wheels?
You want to hear a station for porn detected, porno ringtone, hot chick, amateur girl, quality sexy.
No.
Dildo ringtone.
Alexa, stop!
Alexa, stop! Like, how did you get that from Digger? Like, what?
Alexa, play Digger.
He said it.
What was he even trying to play?
I still don't know. I have no idea what that song is. But yeah, it's like this.
Ticker.
I have no idea. But yeah, like is anyone saying?
I'm checking. You can do.
Okay. It's yeah, like they're trying to bring Rico into this and trying to claim racketeering. It's
no fucking shot.
It's real bad. This is
You better hope it's true, because
if it's not,
courts are where the truth comes out.
Yeah.
Oh.
But also the part where UMG basically, we have said he's gone nuclear. This is truly the nuclear option. Mm-hmm. Because if this doesn't pan out, you have cut ties with the biggest streaming platform, not named Apple, and UMG, the biggest music distribution group on the face of the fucking planet.
Yeah.
Like,
what's his end game?
That's what we all trying to figure out.
Because even if he wins,
what do you mean? It's already over.
Right? Well, even if he wins, even if by some miracle and happenstance he gets in court and they find out that in fact, all his numbers and streams are botted, even though there's TikToks and Instagram reels galore of people bopping this shit in clubs and random stores and all over the fucking place because people love this song.
It's been everywhere you can.
It's been fucking everywhere.
Literally.
But even if by some fucking miracle he proves that it is in fact botted numbers, your reputation is in the toilet. Like, you doing this means that no one is ever going to work with you again. No one's ever going to fucking listen to you like that again. You have no credibility in hip hop. You still took UMG and Spotify to court. So most people are going to not be trying to work with you. You fucking blacklisted dipshit. Like, all you have done is blackballed yourself from the music industry. And I don't know where he goes from here, because at this point his career has to be over. And it's crazy because all he had to do at the end of that battle
was shut the fuck up
and do nothing.
Shut the fuck
Go on vacation.
Go on vacation like you said you were going to. Shut up. Just don't say nothing. And he just couldn't help himself. He just couldn't help himself. And now we're literally looking at, I've been on the, most people have been on the side of like Drake's career is done since the battle. This has been the first he's guaranteeing he no longer has a music career.
He's just doing himself in real time.
There's how do you come back? Like, what do you do after this? There is no way you continue to have a music career after this.
Put gasoline down your pee hole.
You could.
There you go. He'll probably like it.
Maybe. He probably would. Nah, it's not a little girl.
Oh no.
Doesn't like it enough. I don't feel bad about saying that at all.
Yeah.
The fact that you're not taking someone to court over defamation for calling you a pedophile tells me that you are in fact a pedophile.
Yeah, your priorities are a little mixed there, bud.
Priorities are fucking whacked.
I don't care if people know that I fuck kids. That song's views are fake.
That song is more popular than my songs have been lately, and I can't stand for that.
Maybe I don't want that soundbite out there.
Too late. Too late.
He's got whacked out murals.
I think I might have
morals, more like.
Right. I just don't.
Twinkle Twinkle.
Oh, is that what he was trying to play?
That was the best I could find.
Oh, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Yeah, probably.
Actually, I think there is a pop star called Twinkle Twinkle.
What?
I think there is a pop song that was called Twinkle Twinkle. Not gonna look that up right now. Yeah, we'll see how this shit plays out. It's probably not gonna be great for Drake, but I just want to know, like, what does he fucking plan on doing after this? Because like, you are about to burn the worst bridges you can burn. But interestingly enough, UMG. So UMG CEO or president Lucian Grange, who is colloquially known as Drake's sugar daddy, but so it's interesting that like even Drake is even trying to go after UMG, but UMG has kind of shot back and said that Drake should be going after Kendrick because they have nothing to do with any of that. They were like, we had nothing to do with that. If you were going to sue somebody, you need to sue Kendrick directly, and then went on to say that they would also be bringing lawsuits up against Kendrick. But don't really have a good reason as to why.
So his sugar daddy is suing his enemy, and he's suing his sugar daddy.
That just sounds more like standard legal fucking bullshit. That sounds like somebody treating this as like a real lawyer. They're trying to do their real lawyer job.
Yeah.
And this kangaroo court bullshit.
Yeah, that's probably
like normally if a lot of times if somebody sues you and then they have standing to sue you, but then you. Like if it like an insurance company, right? If you sue an insurance company, the insurance company might sue somebody else to get the money that they're losing when they get sued, right?
Fair.
Like, because sometimes you sue somebody and then they sue somebody else to get the money. Like there could be layers. Basically, that's what that sounds like to me. It sounds like somebody being
UMG's gonna sue Kendrick for defamation on the pedophile bit.
They're gonna do what Drake should have been doing,
but then the truth's gonna. But then the
truth is gonna come out. It's gonna be like, well, considering this is based off of most of the allegations are. Well, I won't say most of them, but one of the major allegations is based off a video that everybody who has eyes can see. That's going to be kind of hard to disprove, and I would not want that coming up in court at all.
If I'm being particularly honest with you. I don't think you're going to play that in court in front of a jury and then be like, all right.
And walk out unscathed.
Well, he's got to prove defamation. He's got to prove that it's
you got to prove that it's not true.
It's not like that it's deliberately like inflammatory.
Yeah.
Right? And like false, that it's damaged his reputation.
Yeah.
In some way that like he hasn't already done.
Yeah. Also,
by saying this shit on stage. Like you just played that for a court and they'll be like, all right, fuck out of here.
Get the hell out of here. That is actually because it becomes a thing of, I don't know defamation well enough, obviously, not a lawyer. But I feel like, right? Like it has to be, you have to prove that it would be unreasonable to draw this conclusion and go forth and make that declaration. You being on stage with a girl that you verbally say out of your mouth is 17 while you are 24 and proceed to do acts on her that, while not explicitly sexual, are still towing the line of sexual and sensual with the person that you have out of your mouth said was below the age of consent in most places you've been in. Even if I want to believe that in the age of consent in that particular location is 16, is like, that's not unreasonable to draw the conclusion that you are a pedophile.
Mm-hmm. If you're willing to do that on stage in front of everybody,
as well as stories that have come out about the way those parties work behind the stage, but that's a whole different deal.
Yeah.
Like I just don't know where this goes for him. And I think this is a crash out in the truest sense of this. There is no logic to this.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that should be in the place to corral him in and to be safeguards around him have failed him miserably, because
they're gone.
they're probably also gone, right?
Yeah.
It's like this. I hope we get. I don't hope for shit. Honestly, he can burn for all I fucking care. But I think the best anyone can hope for that wants to be on his side is that these are just drafted lawsuits to bring up that never actually hit a court.
Mm-hmm.
But if they do, it's going to be a very weird shit show, legal circus shit show.
A shit show nonetheless.
Yeah. I'll be here to watch it because I think it's going to be very funny to see him self-destruct in such a grand, spectacular fashion. But
get him up on the stand.
Get him on the stand.
You know he would. You know he would for sure. You get up there and he would get
absolutely
fucking shreds.
Televise it.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, they probably will.
Oh yeah.
Make this Johnny Depp Amber Heard type shit.
Right.
Let's do it.
It's like, and what doesn't make sense is that Spotify has already come out and said that back when it was first brought up that Not Like Us was all botted views and numbers and shit.
I'm sorry.
Sick. When it was initially brought up that Not Like Us was botted streams and views and shit, and DJ Academics brought up a guy who does bot numbers who just freely was talking about how his operation works as if that's something that someone doing something illegal is going to do. Like, yeah, this 16-year-old kid is making thousands upon thousands of dollars from these big music groups to help bot their numbers, because that's what I'm going to trust to do this thing that is clearly wrong to do, is give it in the hands of a 16-year-old kid. Turns out
who's then going to go fucking talk about it?
Right. That kid lied. Whoever the fuck got on Act Stream was not someone who does this. Or if they were not in talks with Kendrick Lamar to do this shit.
It's like, is this your first day on the internet, man?
Right. Right. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to take the chance on any of those record labels knowing who the fuck I am and where to find me. Like, to even go saying that this is the shit that happened. But it turns out he lied. And a Spotify employee, right? Right. But a Spotify employee told Act like, no, these numbers are legit. There's nothing else to tell you. These numbers are fucking legit.
Did you guys hear about Spotify flipping on somebody who was making like $1 million a month?
No, I don't think so.
Actually, I'm sorry. $1 million a month is too much. I think it was about $100,000 a month.
Did I hear about this? Maybe.
From making AI music and then getting bots to listen to that music.
Oh.
Damn.
I don't doubt it.
Why did I never think of this?
Yeah. And they say the only reason they caught him is because he got greedy. He just kept fucking doing it and doing it and doing it.
Doing it and doing it and doing it well.
Doing it
and doing it and doing it well.
I represent
Taco Bell Dorito Shells Taco. No. Yeah, no, that's...
Oh, did you guys see that Doritos redid their commercial contest?
No.
They had a commercial contest?
Yeah, fuck exactly. They told me about it the day before it closed.
I saw people doing mock commercials, like doing Doritos, choose me or something. There's the most terrible commercial thing.
You remember when Dorito commercials were good?
Debatably.
No.
During the Super Bowl when they would have funny commercials.
Okay,
yeah.
Super
It was
Bowl
all everybody
commercials.
fucking talked about it.
You mean like watching another man lick another man's fingers?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, apparently those came from a contest that they were doing.
Oh.
Where like viewers submitted shit. They stopped doing that. And then they got banned. So like, we're doing it again, guys. We're doing it again. And then I was like, oh, this would be really fun. I can do this with my friends. Maybe we could throw something together. And it was like, they're due tomorrow. And I was like,
oh,
never mind.
Okay. Sick.
You know, I saw some people like creators on Instagram or something. Like one in particular was like, it was like a making fun of it type of thing. I don't think it would win, obviously, but it was like one of those videos where it looks like he's like doing the behind the scenes of, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then at the very end of the video, it shows like the end result, and it's just this stupid shit, and it's, I don't know.
Fair.
Meant to be like mockery, it looked like, and funny, but I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's funny. But I didn't think there was an actual competition going on. I just thought it was something that
yeah, I heard nothing about this.
Have you seen the actual AI-generated Coca-Cola commercials?
I don't like the idea of that, but
I
no.
want to see them.
Yeah,
that aired actually.
Yeah, Coca-Cola made commercials with AI, or a commercial.
Why don't you share shit to us?
Sorry, I forgot.
Nah, you good.
No, you're bad. No.
Share it next time, damn it.
It's pretty good.
Really?
It's a little crunchy in places. It's kind of weird that they're actually using it, but
Did they say outright?
Wait,
that
this is
AI?
okay. 1 second.
Did they say outright that it's AI, or just
you can
like,
just tell. I mean, it's
well, do they say it though? Like,
they probably admit to it. I don't know exactly.
because that's big. Because if they don't, then,
I don't know anything about like if they responded to it or.
I mean, like in the commercial
Holiday
itself,
magic
do they
is
say
coming.
like everything you're about to see is AI imagery or something?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think they would have to.
The way you spell Coca.
Holiday magic.
I don't know why.
Holiday magic is coming. Period.
Internet not happy with Coca-Cola's AI holiday ads.
Is my voice chopped liver?
Yes. I heard you. I was about to go look at it.
Is my voice chopped?
Oh yeah.
God.
Yeah.
It's like on the verge.
Tires aren't turning. They put this on the television.
Yeah. But can you imagine? They probably saved millions of dollars.
Oh yeah. But like,
I wonder.
Pepsi is now your chance to make a live action ad bashing on Coke for using AI.
Right? Like all practical effects and shit.
Yeah,
no
that
animes-
was
Wait. No animes were employed
put in the making of this advertisement.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it comes down to.
It's like not even really a commercial. It was because clearly it's AI.
I wonder if they did it to make us mad on purpose.
It was like a series of Coca-Cola related Christmas images.
Yeah, it's like a video mood board of Coca-Cola ads.
They're like, usually there would be some sort of like story, like the dog goes home and the
Right.
owners pat him, and
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if even the music was AI generated.
probably.
Possible.
Holidays are coming. Holidays are coming. Holidays are coming.
Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola.
What is this?
And Coca-Cola is on the people's naughty list. The company used AI for its 3 new holiday ads.
3?
And the internet is not too happy about it. Some people have said it just looks off. Coca-Cola is standing its ground, though, saying it creates the highest level of work at the intersection of human creativity and technology.
Yeah. Well, 3?
Yeah, there was a few more. I don't
Yeah, well,
know if that's
if
one or
it's not coming from the official Coca-Cola YouTube channel, it's probably
They
just
put them all out.
I feel like
you know what? I'm not going to keep playing this because I don't want to give
I
Coca-Cola
feel
any
like
fucking
there's
money.
2 ways that this happened. All right. Way number 1, somebody who wants to keep their AI company went to Coca-Cola executives and was like, I will give you an ad for comparatively small dollar price.
And the CEO was like, make it 3.
Yeah. But they were like, fucking, yeah, give me the good cash. Or somebody in their marketing department was like, people are going to fucking hate this, but they're going to talk about it all holiday season.
True.
I can tell you it was, if I had to guess, it was AI is a big thing and we need to integrate AI. How do we integrate AI into our processes? Because companies believe they have to always be on the cutting edge of buzzwords. And then there was somebody in a department that was like, you know what? They're going to make us do this. At least we can get some hate watch.
I saw my son using this before yesterday, and you can make videos out of text. It just works. Here's the website. Try it out and see if it works. Genius, Bobby. They tried a few prompts later. We got it, guys. We got it.
My nephew can make a commercial. He uses the AI.
Oh, God. That's how people are going to start looking at.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
It's a dark world out there.
Technology comes for everything.
Coca-Cola ad. My nephew could make that with some fucking AI.
Yeah. Yeah, dark days ahead. I wonder how many AI generated commercials we're going to see in the Super Bowl coming up.
Or AI touched commercials.
AI touched.
I'm sure companies have started to catch on. Like if we make it too obvious, they'll catch on. So we got to like modify it somehow. You know,
right? We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Oh boy.
Holidays are coming.
All right, fine. We'll be done. I can hear it in your voice that we are done. That's what happens when you fucking smoke multiple times mid-episode.
It was once.
It was twice.
I took 2 puffs. It was one sitting.
That's not how that works. Oh man! All right.
I took 2 puffs.
Well,
I set it down. I thought it was great. I thought we were having a great time.
Well, we did have a great time. It just sounds like you are.
Tobacco YouTube. It was tobacco.
It was tobacco. It was the wacky, not the wacky tobacco.
Actually, no, you can't get away with that either.
Oh shit!
Scratch that. Scratch what we just said.
It was an inhaler. Shut up.
Yeah.
You can't blame my inhaler for.
Oh
There's
man!
a couple puffs of the inhaler. Yeah.
Well, we'll have some more usuals. Like we've got to get back into Mount with Fluffy. We'll get back into that next week. I'm hoping we don't have another update when it comes to Drake I kind of hope we do.
I kind of hope we do.
I hope that goes as stupid as we all know it should.
I really want to see some Onion articles. Just like,
that's gonna be great too. Infowars covers.
Covers.
See, I've been holding off on getting caught up with that for specifically you talking about it on this podcast because I see stuff about it.
The Infowars thing and the Onion
buying out Infowars and stuff like that.
We not talk about it last week?
I don't think we ever did.
We mentioned it.
We touched on it.
Yeah, we touched on it last week.
I think you mentioned it before, but I don't think you went into the details.
The Onion bought Infowars.
Yeah, the Onion bought Infowars.
Yeah.
There's a little bit I've been hearing about it. I think they bought it for $2-something million.
I think it was quite a bit more than that. But
I don't think so. I think they actually got it for basically bargain bin prices because it's
like they got
they got it. It was I forget what the final figure was, but I think it was quite a bit of money because they had to get help from the Sandy Hook.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, true. I remember that
family in order to afford the.
How much was that? I don't know why I keep hearing.
And they got like the YouTube and the copyrights to the logos and
they got
everything.
They got everything because though I didn't watch all the way through. but I was watching the Legal Eagle.
So
on
was
it.
I saw that, and I purposely didn't watch it because I was like, maybe we'll talk about it on the podcast.
You gotta
I
watch
could've
it so you
sworn-
have info to talk about on the
Yeah.
podcast. What
No,
do you
I want to learn my info from the other people on the
so
podcast.
you want us to
Yes.
try to remember a Legal Eagle video
Yes.
Want us
and
to fucking-
tell it to you?
Yes.
You want us to fucking daisy chain this bullshit
Yeah,
to you?
I am
You want it
just
to be
another
like the
consumer of the podcast.
You want it specific. You want it mediated, but you specifically want it mediated through our fuck ass memories.
Yes. Because you have better memories than I do.
Motherfucker, did you not hear me try to recap Reincarnated?
I mean, I've been wanting to talk about that topic.
Yeah, do you
all week.
remember how bad my Reincarnated was?
No, because I have a bad memory.
Fair enough. Yeah, it was only a 7-figure range.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was only
I
like,
thought
it
it
was
hit the
not that
1
much.
billion. Okay. Anyways,
I don't know. I know he had to. This was after Jones was required to pay over $1 billion to Sandy
I
Hook
do
people.
remember that. I do know that for sure.
What was?
But, you know,
So-
because they were liquidating it in 2 stages, or they were
they
supposed
were
to
going
liquidate.
to.
So it was like the repo men selling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But why? I don't know anything.
Because
Like anything?
No, I stayed away from it.
Alex Jones owes so much money that they're gonna take all of his assets and just sell them to make a
Yeah, I
little
believe
bit
it's
of what he
called
owes.
It's called a Class 7
I think he
bankruptcy.
I thought it was 11. I'm not.
It initially was a Class 11 that he converted to
Well,
a
I thought it
Class
was a
7.
10, and then he wasn't able to do the 10 because it was actual bullshit.
Mhm.
And then he had to convert it to some other number. It may be 7. I don't know. I genuinely don't know which number it is. But he converted it to something else, and basically, so he had to hand everybody over to somebody else to manage it. They were going to put it in 2 buckets. One was basically like physical assets, and one was digital assets. It was a little more complicated than that, but that was the gist of it. But if you did a good enough bid on the first round, you could just buy everything.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
So I know there was at least a
And the Onion
bid.
just was like,
That is
hey.
So I know there was at least a bid for $3.5 million. And so I'm guessing they didn't pay much more than that. So it was probably definitely more than $2 million.
I didn't know the Onion was that big.
They are.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they're popular, but
Yeah, they're not that big. I'm sure they make a decent amount, but
But they're not.
they were getting help from the Sandy Hook parents.
oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
the Sandy Hook parents basically gave them some of the proceeds that they were received in order to make sure that the Infowars didn't get picked up by somebody else, where Alex Jones could just remain at the front and continue to be a mouthpiece for hate.
Do you think they're going to use it at all, or just kind of?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely. I mean, can you imagine everybody who's ever subscribed to Infowars just getting the Onion articles
Yeah.
in their inbox?
And if they play it right,
But
I don't know that it's the Onion doing
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
You'd never know.
Would be really fucking funny
just like
to its 4.3 trillion daily
they
readers.
just start slowly like trickle feeding truth to like conspiracy theorists.
That would be so fucking funny.
Breaking news.
But make the headline look like it's
Oh, yeah.
a conspiracy. It's like, whoa, what?
Earth round.
Earth is no.
The round Earth conspiracy.
The Earth is not as flat as you might think. It's like, wait, what?
Huh? The inflated Earth theory. I created my own conspiracy theory, baby. Oh my fucking goodness. Well, I guess we'll talk about it more next week then. I
could not spit take all over.
It would have been really funny. I would have hated you because that's a $50 mic, his keyboard, my laptop. But holy shit. I didn't think inflated Earth theory would have got y'all like that. I'll be honest.
Inflated Earth theory is pretty fucking good, my dude. It's really pretty fucking good.
Because if I was a flat earther, I'd be like, what the fuck?
The inflated Earth theory, because there's hollow Earth.
There's hollow Earth theory.
It's not round Earth. No.
No,
But
it's inflated.
Inflated.
I'm listening.
We
We're
are
like it's hollow
actually-
like a balloon. Hold on.
Yeah, we're actually so we subsist on a core of superheated helium.
It's crazy enough to be believed.
To be believable.
Yeah.
Helium
more
comes from
No,
the
it's
ground.
not.
There are
You gotta
pot-
think in the mind of a conspiracy theorist.
there are pockets of helium underground. That's
Yeah.
where it comes from.
That's exactly where it comes from, and then that's how else do you think we're floating through space?
I mean, it's just like there's a larger pocket underneath and it leaks out into the smaller pockets, but it's just one gigantic.
But it's just where does it all come from anyway? Then?
Yeah.
One day God farted. It smelled so fucking bad.
that the next time he did it
That
in a
he
jar.
had to strap it up in the and we're living on the jar.
We are living on the jar, specifically. All right, well, stay tuned for that conspiracy theory next week. Are we just living on God's fart jar?
We need it entirely proof and peer reviewed and everything. It needs to be an official theory.
I'm in for this.
Next time on Infowars.
Next time on Infowars. All right. Well, we'll call that good for the night.
Thanks for watching. and listening.
Watching, listening. Of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. Do the fun YouTube stuff. 5 stars on Spotify.
Stay gay.
All right, I guess we're done. Bye.
Peace.
What was our holiday? Happy
Huh?
Endizyre?
Endizyre.
What was that?
Endizyre.
Is it Endizyre?
I'm pretty sure it's Endizyre.
End of year.
Well, because
I was trying to say end of year.
But it's like
Endizyre.
Something. We'll go back and review. We'll go
Happy
back.
Endizyre.